All right. Hey, Adam. Hey, HSV dude. What's this not blue? Oh. The female is not here today, Adam. But we're still gonna have fun, don't worry. Let me just tweet this out and I'm good to go. Okie doke. Hey all. Okay, here we go. Kaya, what are we watching, PP Music? We're about to watch Some Work to Catch a Predator. I think last time we left off at episode 5 and, you know, we went to watch What Would You Do? But I'm really hankering for some pedophiles getting tased, so let's do that. I'll just give like a couple of more seconds for people to get in here. Had my wisdom teeth pulled. That sucks, Wi-Fi. Did you get that nice fun drug at least where you're all slack-jawed all day? And it makes you drool, and it's kind of stupid, but it's also kind of funny. Texpo says, Kaya, you had me tripping. I was listening to an episode of the podcast, and then you go live. Finally cut a stream. Hello. Elital.tex. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, man. Elite? I do look freshly shaven. Thank you, Vikings, for noticing. Oh, thank you, Chandomo. Thank you, Nicholas, too. Alright, let's start this. Hands up! Hands up! I have seen that PP Music. I've seen every episode of this.
Up next, it may seem hard to believe a fresh-faced Army reservist accused of being a predator.
We could just be naked all day.
Thank you, Vikings. I did shave. Do I not look young? For everyone making always, you know, telling me I'm getting old. I'm 30 now. I think I look young when I shave. I'm a young spry man. Also, let me know if there's anything I can do with the audio for you guys. If I sound bad or if the video's too loud.
Is a 27-year-old deli worker, Jeffrey Stacy,
just gotta tell me.
Single TX guy for fun. He's been chatting online about having oral and anal sex with a girl he thinks is 15. He asked the girl if she will be naked when he shows up.
I'm gonna go up and get ready.
It's good, okie dokie. Big Nutty, come on.
Wait at the bar for like 5
I'm only almost 30.
Okay.
When I come out and confront
Thank you, Ali.
Do me a favor and just have a seat right over there on the other side of the bar.
It's not even a fashion decision. I don't know about you guys, but I always just get so itchy if I grow my beard too long.
Nothing really.
Especially around the under the chin, not the neck, but under the chin right here. Always get so fucking itchy. I can't stand it. So at some point I always have to trim it. And usually I don't trim it this much, but I just got sick of it and wanted to feel clean. So here we go.
To identify themselves as an underage girl.
It's just talking.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mickey Mouse here. Oh, I didn't know she was 15. Oh, I never would have talked to her if I knew she was 15.
Well,
I thought she said 50.
Believe, Jeff, if you didn't show up here tonight.
Discount chest hair is still here. Don't get me banned on Twitch, but you know. No one touches the chest hair. Don't worry. It's sacred.
That doesn't mean much to me.
You can actually rub it and wish. Make a wish.
Okay.
Someone actually did that at the convention we did one time.
Do you get why teen girls at a certain age cannot give consent legally?
Yes.
When did you do that, Isaiah, on the stream?
I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm a reporter for Dateline NBC.
Last time we recorded the
Who try to meet teens on the
podcast, which was about 2 days ago. He told us that he hadn't watched it yet. We talked about it extensively, actually, so you guys can stay tuned for the official podcast coming out this week. It'll be fun.
Hey, you're early. Let me finish getting ready. Hang out at the bar for a second.
How old is this motherfucker?
I'm gonna go and get ready. I'll be upstairs in the first bedroom, okay?
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, Adam, that's an old story. That poor girl.
Finest place.
He's
I don't know if she got her wish. I assume her only wish was to die right then and there. That must have been quite the fucking tedious job to shave chest hair like this.
someone he thought was 13 and a virgin. He types, "So you want this old guy doing you in your house, on your bed, or wherever?"
Lord Takanka. I don't think so. I don't think I'm very
For me on your bed, then it might be
stereotypically Turkish in many ways.
How you doing?
All right.
Why don't you have a seat right there?
As I start to question him, he seems to get
Bent, we had the recording, but one of us was, we said, yeah, we'd edit it and then put it out, but then,
I wasn't gonna be here because I have to.
as it is always in group projects, no one ends up doing it, so we kind of forgot about it, and at this point I don't even know where
going to come here.
that footage is and what happened to it.
Doesn't make sense.
No, that I wasn't gonna. Be
Sorry.
here for a while because I'm on my way somewhere else.
But as you'll hear
Just-
when I read from
Okay, let me just pause this for 1 second. Just your fellow Moxer, we did... I reached out to the conspiracy theorist. His name's Jeff C. Also goes by Supreme Lord Commander. He did tell me that he would come on this weekend, so we'll see. It depends on whether or not he'll puss out. I still have to do my homework. People sent us the video of his first video, and he made a new video. I kind of want to scour both and pull clips, so I can bring some receipts and ask him like, hey, what did you mean by this? And so, might even do that on stream, so who knows, maybe next time we can listen to both of those videos together and I can pull some clips with you guys. Alright, let's continue this though.
his chat log. He didn't seem flustered while talking online with a 13-year-old decoy.
Kitsune, I did tell him that it's live and everything, so
With me with your hand down my pants. Or
he seems okay with it.
you could just be naked all day. How does that look? Rob?
We'll see, I don't know. I can't promise anything because these types of guys,
I am Chris.
they love standing people up and being no-shows, so
Shakes my hand.
who
and
knows.
keeps on talking.
I didn't see anything wrong with making a new friend, but then.
Isaiah, if you're talking about the one guy everyone thought was satire but wasn't, yeah.
13-year-old
We talked about it on the podcast too.
for you.
But that's not what I wanted to do, and I thought long and hard about
HSV, dude? I have heard about it. I've not played it yet.
it. And
I probably will though at some point.
So you had this.
I hear it's fun.
awakening,
Yeah.
and you decided that even after all.
Okay, I missed it because I was talking to you guys. Did anyone catch how old this guy is? Because he looks 12 himself.
Do you see?
I feel like it's pedophilia for Chris Hansen just to be talking to this guy.
I can see why it's hard to believe. I can see myself why it's hard to believe.
So why should I believe you?
Exactly.
When he gets up to
Why should I believe it? Exactly. I gotcha. Why should you believe me?
Sheriff's office, put your hands up in the air now.
So what will these men have to say once they've been read their rights
Anything you say can.
That's right, Spamian.
Do you understand that? Yes, sir.
and are in police custody?
When we go seize your computer.
Oh, Frosty Boy Bread. We've had quite a few no-shows.
Material on there.
Sometimes multiple times from the same guy. The reason I say that... Let me pause this. The reason I said that these kind of guys are usually no-shows is because I know conspiracy theorists. My favorite one, my personal lolcow, not even TV Friends knows about this one, Harden. He's a notorious no-show. I get a hold of him maybe once a year if all the planets align and it's like the 17th full moon of the year. Only then does he show up. And all the other times he promises to show up, he doesn't. So I know motherfuckers like this. We'll be lucky if he shows up. But even if he doesn't, I'll have clips so we can still fucking make fun of him somehow.
In the interrogation room,
Please don't.
a man police labeled a danger to children. Is he also a danger to himself?
I did something.
Isaiah, yes, everything in the show is real. These are real people, you can look them up.
Such a predator continues.
Benito, I am in Germany at the moment, yeah.
Back to our latest undercover investigation into online sex predators.
Oh my god, Kicks Passion, don't even bet. I keep having to pause this, I'm sorry for everyone who just tuned in for the fucking pedophiles getting tased, we'll get to that. Big Nutty, I don't know what happened to Kicks Passion. I still have an archive of all of his videos. I don't know what the fuck happened to that guy. I wish he'd make a comeback. I just wish he fucking talked to me. I don't know why. He once made a video on me about how I go on podcasts and talk shit about him. I invited him on at least 10 different times. Never replied to me, that cocksucker. Jelly War. Thoughts on Cuties on Netflix. So I've seen it. It is softcore child porn. There's no, oh, we were trying to make a message and make a point and yada yada. No, it's just as bad as people said, if not worse, and there's no excuse for it. It's softcore child porn. I don't know why. We talked about this extensively on the podcast, so I don't want to go over it again here. You can tune into it in a few days, but I don't know why people on Twitter just felt so motherfucking compelled to defend that thing. Everyone with a blue check mark and their grandmas somehow came out of the woodworks trying to tell us that, hey, you don't like softcore child porn? Well, maybe you're just a creep. Maybe something's wrong with you. What is this right-wing QAnon conspiracy theorist obsession with child porn? What is going on? Cuties isn't child porn. No. When we're making little 10-year-olds do the splits and then we zoom in on their camel toes, that's... No, if you notice that and you have a problem with that, you're the weird one, not us. Not us giving the movie 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck you. Right-wing conspiracy. Like, the response to that movie has largely been bipartisan. But I don't know why. Pretty much the only people defending it are exclusively left-wing, like far-left nutjob, verified checkmark journalists on Twitter. Writing the same article over and over and over, somehow always bringing up QAnon and Trump. I don't know what the fuck Trump has to do with the movie. As far as I know, Trump didn't make the fucking movie, so I don't know what he has to do with it. But every article has to mention him. Every article has to mention how weird right-wing nuts for not liking pedophilia. Fuck me.
Ohio, and men are coming from miles around to meet a decoy posing as an underage teen at our undercover house. One suspected predator didn't quite find his way to our doorstep, but that didn't stop police from finding him. Here again.
It's pretty much a joke everyone made PP music. It's just that, you know. Or you want to make a point about how giving children drugs is bad, so you film yourself giving children drugs.
Young teen home alone.
Hello? He's running to his car. Run into his car.
Critical seer, I speak German fluently.
You understand that right? Yes.
I unfortunately don't have tips for it, though. I grew up here.
Never makes it to the house.
Largely for like 15 years I've lived here, and it's just my first language, basically. German is one of the hardest languages, though, unfortunately. For you, if you're trying to learn it.
In an AOL gay chat room. 5 minutes into the chat, Mitchell says, "You want to meet sometime?" The decoy says,
I don't watch The Boys, Ali.
And they make a date. Then the man calls to get directions.
You know what? Just call me when you get to Grable.
I fucking love Dell. They always have her play the boys on this show.
Plays the part of the young boy on the phone.
Yeah, young boy, my fucking ass. She's all like, yeah, dude, just like take a ride or whatever. Like, I don't know where my parents are, dude. They're just gone, alright? Like, I'm alone. Do you want to come and fuck or nah?
If you wanna, come over.
He already looks like a fucking felon. Look at this fuck.
Tongue kiss at that.
You called and asked for
And he continues his
Tongue kiss at that, you guys. He not only does he kiss people, but he tongue kisses them.
engage in sex acts repeatedly. He wants to treat the boy.
I have seen it, Seek the Nuts. It's sad. He's fallen far, but this is like prime Chris Hansen. Before his decline.
Correct.
And amazingly, Mitchell tells the decoy he's met teenagers before.
Oh, P.S. Saturn, I see you've seen the movie. Yeah, that was quite the
kiss.
The wet t-shirt exorcism, you mean? That scene? Which for some reason not many people talk about, but in my opinion it's the far worst scene in the entire movie. Much worse than the end dance competition. They literally gave that girl a fucking wet t-shirt scene.
To the house, he gets lost.
I'm just curious as to where the hell you are. What, like,
Oh,
what are you at?
New Fi Pirates. I see you're about 5 minutes too late because we just saw that guy.
Mitchell gets pulled over by a police officer. He calls
Like literally 5 minutes ago, man. I'm sorry you missed it.
he thinks is a teenager.
There's a cop following.
Thank you, Equinoxia. Equinoxa.
Justice alerts the sheriff's men staked out across the street.
I'm always terrible at pronouncing guys' usernames.
The sheriff's men radio the officer making the traffic stop.
Which is probably fair because I bet none of you motherfuckers can pronounce my last name correctly, so.
This is the softest stop in the world.
Where even?
No ticket, no nothing.
But after the encounter with police,
I did not Jimboyan.
too scared.
I assume the reviews all said that it was very brave and stunning and powerful statement empowering girls or some shit.
Detective Burns from the Dark County Sheriff's Office puts out an alert. Mitchell is tracked down in Indiana and arrested.
He got within 5
Hey, Black.
of his home, was recognized.
And charged
Blackish
with
Sabbath.
unlawful sexual contact with a minor, a felony.
But he was actually arrested the same night.
While Mitchell is in an Indiana jail, detectives from Dark County, Ohio, convince a judge, based on Mitchell's online chat and his attempt to drive to our undercover house, to grant them a search warrant. The sheriff's men go to Mitchell's home the next day.
They,
Material in the residence
yeah.
that does look like he's been involved in some type of illegal activity with minors.
Yeah, go figure.
Mitchell has refused to be extradited to Ohio. So for now, Dark County detectives
Fucking
have
creep.
not questioned him.
Yeah, hide your face. That'll work.
Which,
Motherfucker.
that's a long process to get done.
She said she's 13 years old. She said her name was Katie. Katie?
In the meantime, though, all the other men arrested in our investigation
Has their stock gone down, Benito?
questioning by detectives.
Do you normally walk around with
Boycotts don't ever work. So I really don't know if that's true.
Rocket 8, the family man
I mean, 2 weeks from now, we're all gonna forget about this and no one's gonna care again. And Netflix is gonna keep doing it, and they're gonna keep releasing fucking pedo propaganda with this shit. With cuties, with Big Mouth, with every single fucking goddamn drag queen shit that for some reason, mysteriously, every drag queen show out there has to involve children.
I'm a data communications guy, you know.
Yeah.
He tells the detectives he drove
Let's see what Netflix stock is at.
TV and break the boredom, not have sex with a virgin.
No, they're up.
Further, why
Their stock's doing fine, my guys.
It is the honest to God's truth. I just don't play around with on my wife.
Hold me, I'll be on channel 4 for a minute. I'll be back.
Remember Jungle
It dropped a bit this week, but it's, you know, nothing out of the ordinary.
14-year-old boy. He said online he was thinking about giving him oral sex.
I'll read you some more chat. So do you have a nice
Yeah, but what were we talking about prior to that?
It doesn't matter what you're talking about prior to it. You're asking him
Holy shit, this guy...
explicit.
Yeah. Yeah, but what were we talking about prior?
Rewind, motherfucker. Oh,
Doesn't
God.
matter what you're talking about.
His faces and his attitude both remind me of Mike Ehrmantraut
You're
from
asking
Breaking
him
Bad.
something sexually explicit.
Yeah, you go, Mike. Beat his fucking ass in.
Media insists he wasn't going to have sex with the boy.
You guys remember Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and how Mike's nephew or niece or whatever, Kaylee, changed actresses almost every episode? Kaylee had like 17 different fucking actresses. Hype train. Fuck is that? Oh, thank you, ABD.
And that's all it was.
So that's why you asked him how big his penis was.
Did you know the person that you were meeting was 13?
Combined support,
This
4
is
tier
an
1
man
subs.
online he hoped
Oh,
a
okay.
13-year-old virgin would be waiting in her bed naked when he
Oh, okay.
When we go seize your computer at the residence, is there going
Hype train, I guess. So what you guys gotta know is I still don't know a whole lot about Twitch.
As far as I know, no, but
as far as he knows. But then he says if they do find something, it's because someone else has been using his computer.
Child porn?
there's been one instance where I found some of that and some.
Oh yeah, I found some child porn. I don't know where. I was.
Well, just about every man interrogated
Dark web.
he was looking for sex with a minor. This man, screen name single TX.
Thank you, XXDOD.
to admit it.
Hey, we got the level 1 hype train. 3 minutes and 40 seconds ahead of schedule too. Ahead of schedule and under budget. Oh, there's Mickey Mouse.
For what? I guess.
Who was asking earlier about Mickey Mouse?
Single TX guy for
Here it is, just for you.
was really only going to talk with the teenager. So the
Newfie
detective
pirate.
asks him again.
I just come in the meeting. What happens, happens. That's the way I look at it.
That's all.
Okay, so that was.
Whatever happens, happens.
Could've.
When the 27-year-old
Just wanted a little ball action.
You're going to be taking Dark County.
Goofy never puts out, and neither does Minnie. Can you blame me?
I didn't know.
I didn't know. I mean, have you seen the last Star Wars movies? Everyone will get crazy. I'm crazy, damn it.
Put me in jail and I'll hang myself.
Just kill me.
Care
I want to die.
that I don't even want to be alive.
when the detective takes off the handcuffs so the man can
Newfie, is that the fucker who got married?
grabs the pen and makes a
Charlie mentioned that one, and he got married to like a fairly hot-looking lady too. No way that's Sam.
Was it a threat?
That's Mickey Mouse?
Off so that we would
feel sorry for him so that we wouldn't come down on him as hard. I don't know what it was.
What's clear, says the detective, is that this man and the others like him have...
Oh my god, was that him?
...and are looking for a way out.
He's here.
Oh lord.
To hear from a man who's backed himself
Hey Perot.
in a very dark corner.
It's not going bad. But unfortunately, no pedophile has been tased yet, which I'm kind of disappointed by.
Coming up, an admitted child abuser whom police have been watching.
I was after him for a year and a half. But what if he does it?
So Spamian, while technically correct, I seem to recall one guy who shows up with his girlfriend, and I think their child. But I think the girlfriend and the child sit in the car while he goes in to talk to the decoy. I don't think they're ever actually seen.
Frag from Perverted Justice has just learned something astonishing about the next man heading for our house.
Vogie, I usually don't upload them because they're usually not that amazing, but people sometimes record them for me and put them on YouTube, so maybe if you search for Dr. Love Harden, you'll be able to find the videos.
His screen name is changed for the better to
That looks like Epstein, slightly.
Analyst for the military. He's been chatting with someone posing as a 13-year-old virgin, Corinne.
Danke Benito.
Would you get naked?
Could we turn up the heat so I don't get cold?
Sure.
Newfie Pirates. I'm sure I've seen that episode.
Would it be fun?
Of course.
We're probably coming up on it unless it was one of the earlier episodes. This is episode 5, by the way. Season 1, episode 5. Thank you, Luke.
Corinne Destiny Forever, one of many Perverted Justice members around the
3 subscribers today, that's awesome. Here's my playlist, by the way. We're on episode... It's probably way too small for you guys, but season 1, episode 5 is the one we're at.
What we already know about him.
I did something stupid less than a year ago.
So?
I went to court Friday about it.
What you do?
My attorney and I plea bargained. This next Thursday I go to jail for it. For 11 months.
For it. I love how they include the little typos and such.
For doing exactly the same thing he's doing with her.
That's our boy.
That's some great dirty talk, isn't it, you guys? If you're trying to woo a woman online, tell her you're about to go to prison.
And walking down our driveway is really 47.
Hey, come on in.
Hey, come on in. I'm totally a little boy.
I gotta finish getting
I promise.
Well, I'll watch it.
No, for real.
Won't get the chance to watch our decoy finish getting dressed. Instead, he'll meet me.
Hey, how are you? Could you do me a favor and have a seat right over there on that stool, please?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine.
Jimboyan, I am still watching Naruto with my girlfriend. In fact, at this point, I'm the one telling us to watch Naruto.
Who asked you to come over exactly?
It's kind of grown on me. I mean, it's cringe and dumb and stupid, and I think Sasuke is the dumbest fucking character and ruins everything, and all I really want is a Jiraiya spin-off, but still a fun show.
2006 tells me he was just coming over to say hi
Hey, Lander.
to a 13-year-old, and that he wasn't the one.
You've not missed much, Lander. I've only had Twitch for a short time.
She says, I like kissing. You say, would you get naked? I just don't want to get cold, she says. You say, have sex?
It's pretty cool, Indigo. I don't know why or how.
This wasn't a sexually oriented conversation.
I was just talking.
Just talking. It would be fun, then, okay? You say that.
Omi? No, not yet. So, Omi, we are currently on episode 130-ish.
Just BS talk.
We're right there where Sasuke goes all, I hate the Leaf Village. I want to be Omorashu's fucking bitch, boy. I'm gonna be Orochimaru's whore.
But we were curious about something else. While he was
That's where we're at.
Our house, our camera spotted a bag in his car.
What's in the black bag that's out in your car?
It's my briefcase.
Your briefcase.
Correct.
And what's in it?
Smaller streams. Zed Starcon, you don't have to kick a man when he's down.
Your Bible.
Yes.
You're a religious fellow, are you?
Bible.
Like several other men we've met
That's
here in rural Ohio,
nice. You just know this guy's so low IQ, he thought that was gonna be a good alibi. Oh, you know what? In this bag, I'm gonna pack a gun, duct tape, taser, lube, condoms, razor, and you know, just... something to make me look good in case I get caught. A Bible! Yes. A Bible and a brochure warning kids of stranger danger. That's right. That's what I'm gonna bring. And a crucifix.
Didn't your faith in God suggest to you that you shouldn't come over here to hang out with a 13-year-old girl?
Thank you, Queen K.
Conversation on the internet?
That's why I turned around the first time. And then
As a report, I don't hate Oh wait, hey, Sakura.
say hi and be done with it.
I don't know. I just don't care about Sakura. I don't hate her, but I don't know why Jiraiya needs his own spin-off.
Caught trying to meet a teen for sex before.
What did they say you did?
Omi, you nailed it. That's where I'm at. Sakura cries every episode. If she's not crying, Naruto is reminiscing about her crying.
The same thing that you're out doing tonight.
I had no intention of this.
You pleaded guilty to solicitation of a minor for sex.
Grease Marine.
Plea.
You pleaded guilty.
Correct.
And you got sentenced for that plea, correct?
That's correct.
11 months.
Correct.
And as we told you earlier, he's already scheduled to begin serving that time.
This guy just wants to fuck people his own size. Can you blame him?
I'm stupid.
Yes.
I'm weak.
Can you blame him 11 months worth?
It's just...
Also, yes.
I have no intentions of having sex with her.
Then what? He's heard about Dateline's investigations.
No intentions, you guys.
Well, I know that.
Do you ever see any of our stories on computer predators?
L. Lark. God, I wish I could pin comments in this in Twitch chats. I'm so used to it from Discord.
But as we told you before,
You guys have some really good one-liners sometimes.
Remember this man, the truck driver Roger Brummett? He showed up while Westerbeck was inside. So we send Westerbeck out the front door, where he's arrested.
I want you to take a seat in that chair over there.
And taken in for questioning.
Take a seat in that kitty chair.
Same charge, is that correct? That's correct. How much time do you have?
11 months.
11 months, and when do you go to prison?
Thursday.
Do your feet touch the ground, sir? Right now.
Why he admitted to the decoy that he was going to jail. Was he trying to get her sympathy?
Man, he does look like a sad sack of shit.
Being locked up.
Not one for the road.
Every single wrinkle on this man's face just is angled downwards. He looks like he was born just sad.
That was not my intent. I learned my lesson the first time.
Obviously not.
No.
Right? Obviously not.
Well, I wasn't coming
You're
in
chatting
for
with the 13-year-old female about your penis size on the internet, and you drove about, what, an hour and a half to get here to meet a 13-year-old female in the middle of the night.
What do you mean by Onision had to be delayed because of COVID-19? What does that mean?
That is correct.
Okay.
Straight on through to the mat.
How many years have you worked for Netflix?
He's taken to the jail and is processed just like all the others. Unbelievably, we find out later there's even more to Westerbeck's criminal past. And not just for soliciting sex with a minor.
What's your address right now?
What?
For rape. And who was his victim?
Oh.
A young female relative.
She was staying with him for the weekend that he had improperly touched her in a way that would amount to rape under Ohio law.
Sergeant David Atkins of the Lebanon, Ohio Police Department.
So he's a fucking asshole.
Westerbeck for the last year and a half. He says the sexual abuse happened when the girl was visiting Westerbeck. Her exact age at the time is not clear, but we know she was younger than 13.
It was late at night. There was a thunderstorm. She was scared of the storm, so she went to his room because she wanted the comfort of an adult. And ultimately, he pretty much violated that trust and confidence that he had.
Fuck me.
Westerbeck admitted he sexually abused.
See, that just evaporates any and all sympathy, mercy you may have for these people.
While they were in bed together. But it took more.
It's like a little kid came to you because she was scared of a thunderstorm or something. Like a little fucking baby child was coming to you because she was scared.
And not able to charge him.
And you do that.
I'm thinking to myself, you know, what if he does this to some other child?
Yeah, fucking kill him. Death penalty. Why is this guy on the street? Like, this is my problem with the law, you guys. Okay, so this guy was convicted of this shit. He was apparently convicted of something else for 11 months, which also was kiddiddling. Why was this guy still on the streets? Can anyone answer? Is anyone in the chat right now a lawyer or something, or a law student? Like, molesting kids twice, still wandering, or in this guy's case, waddling the streets. How does that happen? How does that add up? Why is this guy not put down like the sick dog that he is? What the fuck is wrong here?
For minors, he can't help wondering if there are other victims out there.
I would say the chances are slim that he's only done this 2 times. Obviously,
of course they're slim, because you guys let him out every single fucking time.
That I was after him for a year and a half.
Since he was caught in our investigation,
Look at this fucking Oompa
he spent
Loompa.
a lot of time in court. Just 4 days after the sting, he went before a judge in the first case involving the solicitation charge to determine his status as a sex offender.
I'm going to review Exhibit 3 before I rule on this one.
The judge was informed that Westerbeck was caught in our sting.
I am required in this hearing to make a determination as to whether or not I believe, based upon the facts presented, the defendant will commit future sex offenses.
The nose, goddamn you.
You've made it very clear, Mr. Westerbeck, as to whether or not you'll commit future offenses. This court will make a finding, and I make this finding beyond a reasonable doubt, that you are likely to commit future crimes based upon the evidence before the court today.
You think?
With that determination, the court will make a finding that you are a sexual predator.
And last week, he pleaded guilty to raping the young family relative, a child under the age of 13. Westerbeck, like all the other men caught in our investigation, will appear before a judge to answer the charge of attempted unlawful sexual conduct with a minor here in Dark County, Ohio.
P.S. Saturn, the defense might just fly.
Have any of these men learned their lesson? What will it take to stop them?
These guys need to say and understand that they have the potential to harm a child.
Also, a look at what happens in our next investigation.
You're sitting here in this house naked.
When To Catch a Predator continues.
Go ahead and be seated.
It's Monday morning in Greenville, Ohio's criminal court.
You attempted to engage in sexual conduct with a person who was 13 years of age or older.
Our investigation
Yuck.
is concluded. Now we check on the 17 men arrested after they left our undercover house. They've been sitting in jail
Pedo space program.
for a judge to
Maybe, I mean, as mankind, we did used to send monkeys and dogs into space, didn't we?
and are almost unrecognizable.
I mean, that's kind of sad and fucked up. Why not send these cocksuckers into space?
Who made plans online to take the virginity.
Except the Mickey Mouse guy, who is so suicidal, he might just steer the space shuttle back into the Earth, just out of spite.
His mother, a prosecutor from another county, is representing him.
He has absolutely no
His
right
mom?
to appear whatsoever in any court anywhere.
So we'll set bail at $2,500
What?
surety your property.
This is the man who made
What did she say?
attempt
Anywhere.
So we'll
Appear whatsoever in any court anywhere. To
No. Rewind. VLC, don't...
Absolutely no failures to appear whatsoever in any court anywhere.
So we'll set bail at $2,500 cash surety your property.
This is
This motherfucker got his mommy to defend him in court. By the way, if your son molests children, and you have a law degree, and you decide to defend him on that, despite all the clear evidence such as, oh, he got caught on national TV trying to molest a child, you should be disbarred. What the fuck is wrong with this woman? Not only did she say, oh yeah, I'll defend you, she said, oh, I'll put on my official robes and, you know, put my name on the line for you. What a fucking career. Are you kidding me? Mom, come on. Jesus, fuck me.
the man who made a half-hearted attempt to stab himself with a pen.
A face only a mother could love, indeed.
And for sex with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old.
You ask her if she's horny.
What's wrong with that?
You ask.
Oh!
It's a
So?
I'll set
Donald Duck does anal? Oh!
your property.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Grade teacher.
Goofy loves anal. So does Minnie.
You've actually seen our previous.
I love anal, actually.
On computer predators.
Disney always rapes me.
In Ohio, there's also a limitation that you can't.
They rape me, they rape Marvel, they rape Star Wars. Rape is okay. What's wrong with that?
Surety your property.
And the repeat offender.
I'm stupid. I'm weak. I have no intentions of having sex with her.
What the fuck is that, Seek the Nuts?
I know her because
Pedogagon?
I'll
Pedogadon.
ensure that you make it back to Judge Rolliver's court in Springfield. I'll set bail and $100,000 cash surety your property.
Since this first court appearance, a grand jury has indicted all 17 men and charged them with attempted.
One of those men looks like he's 10 years old. Are we sure he's
All pleaded
old?
guilty, except this man.
Have you contacted?
Are we sure that guy is not just two little children standing on top of each other in a trench coat?
Russell Wade pleaded no contest. He was found guilty and is awaiting sentencing. For many of these men, the trip from chatting about
No, Jim Bowian.
to shuffling through the criminal
Saul Goodman, if you've seen the show, it's a... He's a scumbag, but he has some morals. Like, Saul Goodman would not stoop as low as to defend a pedophile, unlike this mother.
Addiction treatment center in Los Angeles. He explains the thought process through the eyes of a predator.
Discount dirty deeds. I think there are some of them who do have facial hair, don't worry.
5 months ago or 5 years ago and said, boy, this looks kind of good to me, and I evolved down a road of...
Ritter. Oh, is the audio too low for you, guys?
But Weiss says not all these potential predators
Let me know if it's too low, I'll turn it up.
and some cannot. The first step for the kind of men caught in our investigation, Weiss says, is to admit they are
It is
sex
quite
offenders.
okie dokie.
That's
One
sometimes
sec.
a tall order.
These guys need to say and understand that they have the potential to harm a child.
Weiss has taken a particular interest in our investigations because his clinic is now treating some of the men caught in our last investigation.
There you go, that should be nice and loud for you guys.
Guy after guy say, I'm stupid, I'm so stupid, I'm an idiot. Well, they feel stupid. They feel like idiots. But an idiot would not be able to carry out that degree of sophisticated planning and acting out. None of them are idiots, and that's the good news, because in treatment, they can be challenged, their thinking can be challenged.
For now, the fate of those men caught in our Ohio
Signat some... Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll be in recess. Thank you very much.
It's an old English comedy TV show, but the specific episode takes the piss out of pedos.
in other states who
Might
are
check it
still
out.
on the loose.
Took a hard look.
Florida is a state with one of the highest numbers of registered sex offenders. In our next investigation...
Discount dirty deeds, I have no fucking idea. You're asking the wrong guy about Excel, which I've never used, never wanted to use. You know who you should ask, though, is my friend Doug from the Who's Right podcast. He uses Excel professionally.
He doesn't have any clothes on.
He's an Excel ninja.
It's my favorite.
And he routinely hires people at his company, so he knows a thing or two about resumes.
Glass of milk to go along with those cookies?
Sure.
This man...
I'm pretty sure that he could tell you more about whether an Excel qualification or certification, whatever it is that you're thinking about getting, is
While he's
worth it.
chatting through his shirt, his sister's waiting outside in the car.
Is this your brother?
Yeah.
We brought him here so he could have sex with a 13-year-old.
13?
But most shocking of all our Florida suspects is this man.
Actually, let me send your question to him. Let's see what he has to say.
Expecting to meet an underage boy at our house.
Oh, no. He's got his child with him.
None of us can believe that he's brought along his own 5-year-old son.
Oh, discount, you're very wrong. I know Doug doesn't give off any expert vibes, but Doug's the top dog at his company.
All kinds of men.
Doug is so good at his job, he gets headhunted by other companies routinely, and he's very good at his engineering stuff. That means Excel, crunching numbers, and, you know, using the 3D modeling tools that he has at his disposal.
After arrest.
Please give me my son, please.
No, please give me my son, please. I wasn't done with him.
Join us for our next To Catch a Predator.
I'm still horny.
1 week from tonight at 9/8.
All right, let's skip the little boilerplate there. Episode 6, you guys made it.
How often do you meet underage girls online?
Probably 10,
15.
Duh, I don't know.
You say, if any...
Duh, meet a lot of people online.
He confessed to everything. He knew that she
A
was
lot of them children.
Oh, no. He brought his son with him. He's got his child with him.
Y'all want to interview?
Yeah, there's a motherfucker with his child.
Tonight, the strangest parade of suspects you've ever seen.
NBC again.
On To Catch
NBC again. I'd love to have this reputation.
We've been investigating
Hated by
the national
pedophiles.
epidemic of grown men using the internet
If like Twitter
to
check marks and
for
journalists
sex.
suddenly we're like a fucking official podcast again. All I wanted to do for fuck gets and it's the official podcast again.
Both houses of Congress have now passed.
And I would have fucked that little 2-year-old if it wasn't for that meddling official
which
podcast.
in many states includes online sex predators.
This time we take our hidden cameras to Florida. We thought we'd seen and heard just about everything, but what we found there surprised even our own Chris Hansen.
Demex, someone asked about that before. As far as we know, like me and everyone in the chat here, no. But one of these guys brought his girlfriend with him, and I'm pretty sure it's the guy in the red shirts with the baseball cap. So we might see that in this episode, actually. Stick around. I think he has his girlfriend in the car with them.
He probably believes she's the 15-year-old he's been chatting online with for the last week and a half.
Oh, there's this motherfucker who eats the cookies and says they're kind of stale.
TV, I'll be right there.
Actually, no, I think he eats the stale cookies and
She's really a
says they're good.
19-year-old actress we hired to be a decoy, and he has just walked into a Dateline hidden camera investigation.
Come on in over here. Have a seat there. Hungry? How does it taste?
Great. Wow.
Oh, sister. Okay. Thank you, Nicola. Nicholas.
Not really.
Okay, so you're good. If I ask you a couple questions.
It's the latest in our continuing series of investigations
sister.
into online sex predators.
Do you figure he kind of...
We're in the South.
The sister is in on it, or do you think he kind of lied to his sister just to get a ride?
I've had a lot of parents call me and say, hey, I've caught my kid talking to someone on the internet. I've had my kids slip out of the house and go meet someone. What do I do?
While searching for a way to help parents and children in his community, Chief Daniel says he saw one of our previous broadcasts and had an idea.
We decided, well, let's get a hold of Perverted Justice and have them teach us how to do this operation.
We're trying to make contact and get an update.
Yes.
Perverted
I wonder if...
Justice, an online watchdog group Dateline has been working with during each of our computer predator investigations. Its members
Do you guys
are
figure Perverted Justice is still
pretending to be
around?
kids online and on the phone.
Yeah, you sound nice.
Dateline
Oh, you're
hired
so
Perverted
nice.
Justice members to do what they've been doing for the last 4 years. Chat online with men looking for minors, hoping to meet the teens
Is an
for
American
sex.
organization. Hang
The
on.
members go in.
Let me pause this real quick. So, like, the Wikipedia article makes it sound like these guys still exist, yet this webpage looks like, you know, these guys went out of business about 20 years ago, so... We literally get dozens of emails a day, sometimes hundreds, in order to ensure that your email is you know, I might actually try to reach out to these guys later today. Because it would be awesome to get them on the show. To get the actual background scoop. I mean, Chris Sanson, no offense, but these are the motherfuckers who talk to the pedophiles to set them up. And it would be interesting to see what it's like.
Chat rooms and on social networking sites like MySpace and TeenSpot using profiles of young teens. Sometimes the decoys act eager about having sex.
Fuck, Newfie Pirate, really?
Since Perverted Justice members want to see these predators arrested, they were more than willing to help out the Fort Myers Police Department.
Perverted Justice says, hey, not only will we teach
PP Music, I honestly don't know where I stand on that.
So the next thing I know, we're setting up the sting operation.
His left hand is in his pocket.
Like, I know it's fucked up, and the kind of person who buys those dolls should be shot in front of his mother. But at the same time, it feels...
Potential predator makes a date
It just doesn't feel right to ban just a lifeless piece of plastic.
who are staked out in the guest house.
To ban people from buying a lifeless piece of plastic. I don't know.
They were reviewing the chat logs to make sure that this...
I'm very anti the government banning shit, but that just... It really stretches
Under Florida law,
my patience.
it's a crime for an adult to solicit sex with a minor online.
Coming to the house was kind of like the icing on the cake.
For our latest investigation, we've come to this lovely home in an upscale neighborhood. There are 5 cameras outside, including one hidden in a palm
Same vein as lolly stuff. That's kind of how I think of it, leukemia.
a block before he arrives.
I mean, the argument is, okay, if you let people watch... So, hang on. The argument is if you don't ban / allow lolicon porn, or if you don't ban / allow child sex dolls, will it reduce abuse? Because all of those sick fucks now have another outlets. Now, you know, the guy doesn't have to go out to the nearest kindergarten and molest children. Instead, he can just buy a child sex doll. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Or the other way to look at it is, okay, this guy's gonna go fuck a child sex doll, and eventually he's gonna grow bored of it, and he'll feel like he has to escalate to still get off, and he will eventually, inevitably, start seeking out real children to molest. So that's a problem. And I don't think there are many studies on this or a lot of information that we have, so I don't know how I feel about those things. I mean, there was a recent news headline about, for instance, woman, child turned into sex doll. Like this woman who's... no, this isn't it. Mother discovers daughter's child sex doll. Like, there was a mother who found out that her daughter... Yep, here we go. Mom finds child sex doll designed after her daughter, listed on Amazon. I mean, if there's like pedophiles going around designing child sex dolls after your child, selling it, and you know there's a bunch of perverts paying hundreds of dollars to fuck something that looks exactly like your daughter, at that point, as a mother, as a father, as, you know, literally anyone in your community, don't you go, oh, okay, you know, they used to jerk off to lolicon, and then they used to fuck child sex dolls that kind of look like generic fucking school children, but now they're actually lusting after pieces of plastic that look like our children specifically. Okay, then what's the next step? It feels like the next step is, you're gonna fuck my child specifically. It feels like the next step is, you're already fucking a sex doll that looks like my child, so once you get bored of that, won't you want to fuck my child? Won't you want to somehow kidnap and rape my kid? So that's the... that's what makes me think, well, you know, maybe it's not that terrible of an idea to put an end to that before it even starts.
As for the cameras inside the house, there are 8.
Coming your way. Move.
Watch this man.
He's in the kitchen.
From the moment he walks in the door, his every move is caught on tape, although he doesn't know it yet.
He's coming into the living room. Chris has him.
What are you doing here today?
How is he dressed?
Set up or something?
Is this guy to set up or something?
On my way to the beach.
He's Michael Willis, screen name Generic White.
I was just going for a walk.
He's 50 years old, and he's been chatting online with a girl who calls herself Jolanda and who says she's 15. He lies to her about his age, typing,
Porter, I don't think so.
Don't want me around you.
Undertaker as in the wrestler, or is it an episode on this show?
Keep us a secret because of the age difference. Younger girls like you don't come along often. I'd want you again and again.
Then he sends an online picture of his penis to the girl who told him she was 15.
And how did
Yuck.
Well, of course online.
you act like I should know that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a common thing now.
Why is one of his eyes twice as big?
No, meet anyone.
He looks like that fucking professor in the Harry Potter movies. He has like the monocle that's a gigantic eyeball.
What? No way.
What?
I have the transcript.
A photo of my penis? What? How did you get that?
Jolanda.
The 13-year-old was your daughter? Wait a minute, I didn't mean I meant the 30-year-old is your daughter? She told me she was 30.
Won't be going to the beach today. As he heads out the back, he stumbles off the
Jenner.
porch right into the arms of the Fort Myers Police Department. The police quickly take him down to the ground. In Florida, where it's relatively
This is when his show starts to get good, you can tell. They fucking tackled this absolute nerd down onto the ground. This motherfucker almost tackled himself onto the ground, just walking down the stairs, and they have to just descend onto him. Get down on the ground! Stop resisting arrest! He's got a gun!
And brought to this transfer station. Generic white male's car is searched.
There's some condoms and things like that in there.
And he's put into a marked police car.
Hey, Jonathan.
The next morning,
Just watching these fucking dumbasses get arrested. What's up with you?
bail is set.
So it'll be a composite bond of $40,000. That's all.
Wendigo. So these shows are real, thankfully.
Down is our boy.
I know what you mean though, with reality TV, most of the time it's never real. Like, if you're watching something like 90 Day Fiancé, you always have to wonder, how real is this? The camera quality and angles and the acting, it's always... It feels like so scripted, but this is real. So you can in full, and all good conscience, enjoy this.
4 sisters waiting outside with 2 babies in the car?
Yeah. When To Catch a Predator continues.
Fabian, yes, I'm currently in Germany.
Here he comes.
R13
Pedometrus. Not at the top of my head, but pretty much everyone in this show.
We're able to spot a potential predator's car.
I mean, who in the show would you not want to punch?
The man walking in our back door is 21-year-old David Schumacher, screen name Freebird 72000. He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a young teen named B.
Knock, knock.
Hey, come on in.
Knock, knock.
19-year-old actress, the decoy playing B, invites him in.
You can try one of my cookies.
Oh, it's this motherfucker with his sister.
Yeah, I made it myself.
All right,
Thanks, new feed pirate.
Online, he invites the girl who told him she was 14 and a virgin to a birthday party. And from his
As a report, yes, a guy responded. His name is Jeff C. He's
party for two.
talked about it earlier. He's hopefully gonna be on the show this week.
You're gonna put my
Meaning we're gonna record with him on Sunday, but I can't promise that he's gonna actually show up, so don't take my word for it, or
He
his.
goes on to talk about having
Gonna try though,
kinds of
Ezra.
sex with the virgin, and then gets almost poetic.
Do you want to make love or for your first time?
Aldi not discount dirty.
It's just raw passion, and making love is a connection of bodies, I guess.
Freebird 72,000 also mentions online that he's going to bring marijuana.
Did you bring some green?
No, we're gonna smoke some, though. We're gonna get some.
Did you bring some green?
Good munchies.
Whoa, no dope, dude. Come on.
Hey, why don't you have a seat right over there? Good, how are you?
Thought you were gonna bring the devil's lettuce.
So many of the men who walk into this house, the man sits and answers questions. He can't figure
Honestly, I wouldn't mind a fucking marijuana delivery right now.
And remember, he has no idea he's being videotaped.
What's going on?
You tell me what's going on.
Your dad or something? What are you
Just in the new. I've seen one.
How's everything?
Not more than that.
Chilling, birthday party.
So the girl here.
I'll just make a
who's gonna go
wild assumption
Who are you?
and say that every YouTuber on
What's your date?
Twitter who's verified defended that fucking movie.
And how old is B?
Pero matches, actually, you know, honestly, that's not a bad idea, and I thought about that. And if Twitch will let me do that, I'll give you guys a Chris Hansen
And he
emote.
said, "What would your parents say about you talking to someone as old as me?" Then Freebird seems to worry I'm a cop.
You seem like law enforcement.
You guys can send me or private message me
No, I'm just
emote ideas if you have any, because I still have to get to that. We have like 5 emote slots with tier 1 subs,
Very nervous. Somebody who
and then 1 slot for tier 2 and 1 slot for tier 3, I think.
I read him some of what he said online.
Are you sexy naked?
So plenty of space for ideas.
You gonna put my
You guys can tell me this, I was wondering, like, do you guys like emotes with where it has a background, or do you like the ones where it's only the head or the object in the foreground and it doesn't, it's like a transparent PNG?
an underaged girl?
Does Twitch have a
And what role were you playing
preference?
exactly here?
People play roles, man. Anytime, never ask role playing. People just talk.
I was gonna say that there's no way Chris Hansen is a controversial figure spamming, but who the fuck knows at this point?
You got a
A
problem?
warrant? What are you, a defense lawyer now?
I'm saying, man. You don't got no cause to hold me. I got no problem sitting here to talk to you.
Right? Okay.
He sticks to the story that he's here
Okay.
to take the girl to a party, but it turns out he didn't come here alone. Waiting outside in the car is his sister and her 2 young children. He says his sister was going to drive them to the party.
Alright.
And your poor sister's waiting outside with 2 babies?
Am I gonna moderate the chat? Jim Boy, maybe at some point.
I didn't come over here to have sex.
Why would you?
I do believe that free speech is absolute, Jim Boy, but
I come over here to
Twitch
girls and
doesn't.
go to the party, dude.
We learn his sister apparently didn't know he was trying to meet an
I don't even know how to designate moderators or how to do anything, so...
I'm with Dateline.
Nothing funny going on here.
We'll, how about this, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
As you can see, the palm tree cam picks up another man headed our way. This time,
I don't have a whole lot of viewers, so I hope that I don't have to worry about that too much just yet.
coming in right away, he stays outside and smokes a
This guy brought a motorbike.
Our actress tries to get him to come inside.
He's the ultimate bad boy. He's like, yeah, any 12-year-old will want a piece of my dick.
He's 45-year-old Dennis Ramsey, a truck driver, screen name Daddy for You. He drove 4 hours to meet a girl who told him online she was 14, home alone, and willing to have sex with him. Online, Daddy for You says, "I just met you. I like you. And the world says it's wrong because I'm older than you." Then later, under a different screen name, Bluegrass Rules, he brings up the idea of having sex with her in a roundabout way.
I said we can't have sex.
I did change the filtered word, Jacob, so it's no longer cheese.
Assure me, no one will ever.
You guys will have to find out what it is. And on that note,
Oh, hey.
I don't even know what it is anymore.
Jacket to wear on the bike. Just take a seat.
It's quite a place.
I'm gonna check real quick to remind myself what it is.
Good. Why don't you have a seat right over that?
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Thanks for smoking outside. Go ahead.
I'll say this, it's a word I've used today. The banned word.
Well,
I knew this was gonna happen.
He tells me he has
Someone
kids
found
of his
out,
own.
the first person who found out that cheese was banned, I still owe them some sort of a gift or reward.
I came to let her know that I.
But I don't even remember who it was, so
you
please remind me if any of you remember.
Goodness of your heart?
Or if you're listening and you remember, dear person.
Maybe you could say that, I don't know.
And what about his chat log?
You ask her what size her boobs are. She says 32D.
Boobs.
You say yummy. And again, you get somewhat suspicious. You say you're not trying
32D?
to... Are you a cop?
What fucking 10-year-old has 32D tits?
Go to jail.
How retarded is this guy?
Oh yeah, I'm only 7 years old, mister, but I look like Marilyn Monroe actually. I look just I look just like all of the porn you watch.
No, sir.
I'm a perfect woman.
One man wants to take his date for a ride.
Fucking retard.
And coming up a little later tonight, one of the most profoundly troubling cases we've seen. A father brings his own small child along on a date to meet an underage teen.
You guys are way off base.
Confrontation he never expected.
I gotta tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you just straight up.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's related to an anime. It's not vape. First of all, I've not said the word vape until now.
Wave. Oh, he saw you. He saw you. He's hitting the brakes and backing up.
During our undercover operations, it's not uncommon.
It's not Naruto 10-way, but you're close.
He's trying to wave her out to the street. No
Closer
way.
than anyone else,
But
at
we've
least.
never seen anyone like this man.
He's bringing his car all the way back, guys.
He pulls in around back and starts asking the decoy, our actress playing a young teen, to come outside.
How do you guys not know this? I literally said that he's my favorite character, or at least I said that I want him to have his own show. I'm giving too many hints.
Thomas Moffat, screen name Moffat,
It doesn't even count at this point.
pulls up to our house. He's a maintenance engineer for the Boca Raton Resort.
Oh, Jimboyan, you fucked up.
Drove more than 2 hours to meet a girl named Tony who said she was 15. Really, it's a decoy from Perverted Justice.
I'm trying to hit on you and you're laughing at me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. Am I freaking you out?
Why would you freak me out?
Because I'm 44 and I'm hitting on you? So would you
I give you guys are getting it now. But to be fair,
Set up an actual date to meet a
the nose, I also don't know how to spell the name, so I use the official Naruto fan Wikipedia spelling of it.
For reals?
Sure, if you want me to.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
You can take your clothes off in the laundry room if you want to.
He finally gets out of his car, but won't come any closer than the back step.
You said you were going to do something for me.
Dude, none of you cocksuckers know how to spell Jiraiya? Oh, glory.
Back out on me?
I think this challenge has now changed. It's now...
1960 senses something different about the girl in the
I think everyone knows now what the word is, but none of you know how to actually spell it.
I'm right here.
Please. In fact, something is different. Our actress is not actually the decoy who sent Moff 1960.
Neither do I, Double X. I don't know what the winners get yet, but
Spoke to him on the phone.
I'll do something. I don't know. If someone gets like 3 hidden words in a row, I'll send you merch or something.
We've talked before.
Oh, really? Well, talk
From the official podcast or something. I'm not sure.
In person as you did on the phone.
Well,
Oh, your picture.
Did I like misspell it or...
This odd conversation goes on for half an hour. At one point, he tells her to show him proof that she...
No, I'm using the official fandom.com wiki spelling of it. So this is on you guys.
Outside, peeking in the window. When the decoy comes back without her library card, he tries to convince her to get in his car and go to Walgreens.
Where's the Walgreens?
Okay.
this is ridiculous. I'm going to bed.
The auto moderator does not tell me if one of you got it.
Earlier, Fort Myers police officers
Well, shit, now how do I figure out which one of you got it first? Hey, Dave Growl.
Put your hand behind your back.
Motherfucker, okay,
Never
so...
get to tell him he's going to be on Dateline. And he...
Let me pause this for just a second. I have to scroll up and see which one of you came closest to trying to spell it and then try to avoid the word block to, you know, insert a space or something to try and get it out there. Which looks like... Jacob Carter Pervy Sage is correct, but it's not the word. Jiraiya Pervy Sage. The nose. I think the nose got it first. Yeah. Might be the nose. I'll say the nose, and you guys can double check me and see if I'm wrong here, and let me know if there is competition.
Wasn't the only one.
Okay, guys, he's out of the car. He's walking really, really fast.
This 24-year-old Elazar Henson, screen name Importuner81, is here after making a date online with a girl posing as a 13-year-old. He told her he'd bring marijuana.
Did you bring the pot?
He begins to look around and appears to spot our crew upstairs.
Pot? Yeah, did you bring the pot?
No. And he takes off.
Alright, the nose. I noted you down for now. Unless anyone wants to
Here comes another man who doesn't stick around very
contest you for that victory.
Driveway.
Parametrus, we talked about cuties already just on the stream, but also stay tuned to the official podcast episode coming out this week, where we also talked about it. I don't want to go over it again. No offense.
He even sent her a picture of his penis.
Because we talked about it a bit today and on the podcast, so you're not missing out, don't worry.
He's walking up the driveway.
And here's another man who doesn't realize he's walked into our investigation. This case of a man who calls himself Pepe is a first for us.
Pepe the Frog?
Here.
Do it again.
Pepe!
Hey, come on in.
Pepe!
21-year-old Jose Falcon, screen name Florida in Miami. He's been chatting on
Pepper Botus. Yes, it is out on early access. So if you're a $5 patron, it's out right now. And you can listen to it.
He says he has plans to teach the 12-year-old how to have sex. He
Pepe!
describes in X-rated detail what he wants to do to her. The picture sent to him is of our actress. Now she's trying to get him in the house.
And the picture he sent to her is of a green frog.
Do it again.
Doing a thinking pose.
Hey, come on in. Come on in, Pepe.
It takes our decoy.
Come on in,
out to
Pepe.
come inside, and when she does,
What's that? You want me to vote for Trump?
Please have a seat right here. No.
Oh, he's like, mi no habla español, señor. Oh, what the fuck is up with my webcam?
Then heads for the door.
Looks like this guy's deaf, guys.
Alright, so Pero, let me fix that real quick.
Predators who do stick around, they're full of excuses.
Motherfucker. Wow, really out of focus now.
What will they say when they find out they're going to be
I'm
on
like a
national
blob.
television?
Oh, is that my first spam?
Red was the color of his shirt. It was also the color of his face. Coming up, how will he react when he's nabbed by police?
Here we go. Okay, webcam should be done now.
When To Catch a Predator continues.
It should be all good now, guys.
Welcome back to our latest investigation into online sex predators. Tonight we're in Florida, where we rented a home
Leukemia, I hope that's not...
and set it up with 13 hidden cameras.
I think my my chat isn't wide enough, so it looks like Braille on my end.
Home alone.
And I hope you didn't just send the N-word in Braille.
And soon, all these men will learn what's really happening. They're being exposed on national television. Again, Chris Hansen.
Parking out front. He's out of the vehicle.
The man in the black hat is 31-year-old Thomas Coffin, a self-employed handyman. He's here after making a date online for sex with a girl pretending to be 14. He tells her, I am into young girls.
This guy looks like a straight-up fucking anime character. Look at this guy.
Admitting he's done this,
he looks like the stereotypical American character in every anime.
He says 14.
Come on in.
He even has his fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon in his hands. He's like, yeah, I'm a cowboy.
Online,
I'm a cowboy. That's what we do in America. We're all cowboys. That's right. Freedom Eagles and cowboys.
Clear he's coming to the house to have sex with
I got a gun.
He even sends her a picture of himself naked.
Hey, how are you?
But when I show up, he explains it's all a big misunderstanding.
What's up?
What?
Looking for work?
Anime character? No, I'm just looking for work, sir.
What kind of work were you looking for here exactly?
I do blacktop sealing.
And what brought you to this address exactly? Did the owner of the house call you for blacktop work? Or?
Wolf Pero.
Ads out and stuff.
Really?
Pero, so only guys are stupid enough to get caught like this, because the female pedophiles are usually smart enough to just become teachers and, you know, get high fives.
I talked to a lot of people.
So you weren't really here to give an estimate for a black
Bower Power, yes.
No.
That was a lie.
Already talked about it, so I don't want to go over it again, but I did reach out to him. He did say he would come on.
No.
but I can't promise. I don't want to promise because I don't like letting you guys down.
But does he know it's a possible crime?
If he sticks to his word, we'll have him on this Sunday and record with him, and then you guys can listen to it on the podcast.
Someone you think is underage? You get that?
And even if he doesn't come on, like I said before, I want to go over the first 2 videos he's made about Charlie and pull clips from it, and I might do that on stream, so maybe we can listen to his episodes, his videos together.
Play a piano?
No, it's messed up. I'm saying I got a virus in it and stuff.
What's messed up is this conversation. So what was your intent today?
Yeah, double X.
Just more say hi. That was it.
But how will he explain that online the decoy asked
Tom Tucker, whether or not we put the conspiracy theorists on the main episode, this depends on how wacky he gets, because obviously if he becomes racist or goes too wild and starts talking about how the Jews rule everything and we need to eradicate them, then we might have to put him on a bonus.
seen walking in our door?
Because obviously we don't want to get Charlie's channel banned.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
But if he's more mild than that, he'll be main episode. It all depends on him, really.
Like most of the men who find out
What I can tell you is, we reached out. I'm down to give him the full platform. I told him that he doesn't have to censor himself. I told him everything to make him comfortable. That he's welcome on the show to defend himself. That we're not gonna pile on him. He's gonna have his time to explain himself, that we're not just gonna call him names and insult him and pile on for 4-on-1. The rest is up to him, man. If he shows up, he shows up. If he's honest and
in an unmarked police car and brought to a transfer station.
I don't know, explains his fucking conspiracy theories, then
Put in another car
good.
And transport.
If not, I tried.
Meanwhile, back at our house, another man thinks he has his own solution to being exposed
Good night, the
on
nose.
national television.
You got Jariah, so I know that you down the nose.
His sister into
2 more secret words and I'll send. How about?
she was 14.
And we're doing a story on
Yeah, I might just send you merch, signed merch,
try to meet kids.
or something of equal value. I don't know, man.
I don't want to be on the news. You feel me?
We are filming.
I don't want to be on the news, dog.
Well, it's a little late for that, dog. Now, if there's anything else you want to tell me.
He quickly comes up with a discount. And as far as
It's a little late for that, dog.
may be a
Classic.
television first.
All I gotta say is, ain't nothing going on here, dude. Nothing funny going on here.
Nothing funny going on.
No, if the girl's really 14, then I know. But
she told you she was 14.
We were in a role play.
Heinz. Yeah, I know. I'm not Jewish, but it's always struck me as funny, those white supremacist and far left conspiracy theories that Jews run everything,
NBC.
while at the same time,
Chris Hansen. Dateline NBC.
you know, it's a weird Nazi theory that Jews are simultaneously low subhuman idiots, but they also run everything. So you guys are superhuman, conniving, clever lords deceiving the population, but you're also these, dumbasses. And lower than the Aryan race.
Move.
It's kind of contradictory.
Stop detectives from catching him and placing him under arrest.
Oh, Discount Dirty Deeds. My composter is only $50,000 if you want
When
it.
he shows up at the transfer station, police search him, and he keeps
For the low price of $50,000. Hey, Bio Man.
Hey, NBC, 2 words: role playing chat room, dude. Cause
Hey, NBC, dude. I was just pretending to be retarded. That's right. Hey, NBC, dude. I was just trying to show you that sexualizing children is wrong, dude. I wasn't sexualizing them.
That's a cuties director right there.
good, because when I get found not guilty, I'm sue somebody.
Even after he's placed in the police car,
Yeah, feel free to sue.
he goes on talking.
I'm not guilty, man. Do I look like I need 14-year-old girls?
Yeah, you do.
Dude, I got all kind of girls.
And he has even more to say when he's brought to the jail.
NBC again.
NBC again. Again, I want to be
There was at least
the podcast with these guys.
earlier that
I want pedophiles getting arrested going, fucking official podcast again.
has
Fuck!
quite a long rap sheet. In 2002, he led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen car. He was also convicted of grand theft and trying to sell the stolen goods. And twice, he was convicted of battery.
Honestly, because all of you guys are asking,
Back at the transfer station, police are searching
Noba guy.
suspects' vehicles.
I wish we could somehow incorporate the cheetah poster and have people buy shares in it. And in theory, 3 years later, whoever has the most shares gets the poster.
We had some condoms that were in there. The address of the location was on there on a piece of paper, so we took all that as evidence.
This car belongs to the man who ran after spotting our crew. He showed up to meet a girl who said she was 13.
Located notebook with some address
Thanks, Kip.
to the target house.
I don't have diabetes, thankfully, but I will not fight you on the fact that I may have autism.
And 3 adult magazines.
And this car belongs to the 45-year-old.
I'm not fat, but I'm also not delusional.
And meet a girl who told
I know there's not necessarily everything right with me.
Like an over-the-counter Viagra type thing.
What kind of effort did it
Big
take
Nutty, I did.
to handle an operation
Good old
this
days,
big?
man.
Chief Hilton
I think I used to be like 16, 17, maybe.
50-something police
Used to be a
officers.
script kiddie.
We
I'd pull
had,
like these C,
officers from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
yeah,
and we
C
had
scripts
attorneys
from
the Attorney's Office directing
online
people.
forums and sent them to pedophiles.
Interrogations, according to Chief Daniels, that proved
So what I
to be
would
their
do,
best
for those who don't know, there used to be this old German chats, basically the AOL equivalent, the German equivalent of AOL, and at the time called Knuddels. And Knuddels chats, there would be a lot of pedophiles, and I would pretend to be, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years old. I'd pretend to be a boy or girl. And older men would always strike up a chat. He'd be like, oh, hey, just want to send me photos and shit. And back at the time, we had MSN Messenger. And I always give them my MSN Messenger username. Now, the problem with MSN Messenger was that you couldn't send .exe files, executable files, so I would always zip them. I would say, oh, MSN will not let me send you nudes of myself. I don't know why. I had to package them in this zip. I'll try that. I'll send you that. You just have to unzip them and run them or something. And in the zip, I would put something like myboobies.jpg.exe, and because they're pedophiles, and pedophiles generally speaking extremely low IQ people, they would always run the exe file. They would always get my executable to run, and what it would basically do is fuck with some of their files on their computer, some of the essential Windows files. But before it fucks with the essential Windows files, it would open up the chat window and type, I'm a pedophile and I just tried to fuck a 10-year-old over and over, like 100 times repeated. So to me, to my, I don't know, 17, 18-year-old self, that was justice. Exposing those guys and having those guys' computers wrecked and having them type in the chat that they are pedophiles and that they were trying to fuck a 10-year-old. I had a lot of time at the time, man. But fuck, that was like, again, 11, 12, 13 years ago.
They confessed to exactly what was read to them off the chat logs.
Hello? Remember this man, Michael Willis, screen name generic white male? He's the 49-year-old who came to meet a girl who said she's 15. He was the one.
Jonathan, I appreciate that.
You know what? I don't want
I'll get back to you. I don't know if at this point even need moderators,
walk
though.
away from Detective Jennifer Ladelphi.
I don't know at what point people need moderators. Right now it seems fine. You guys seem fine.
That he knew that she was underage and that he'd come down here to make his fantasy come to fruition.
While for some men it might take getting arrested and then being
Tom, if you mean my shaking in general, yeah, I still have
at the
them.
house, you're about to meet two men who admit
Power, I don't know how many I got, how many people, but it has to be dozens.
Coming up, it's not the first time our next suspect.
Because that was my pastime, you guys don't get it. I mean, I used to play some JRPG, MMO JRPG at the time, but that was only half of my pastime. The other half was literally learning how to be a script kiddie, how to compile C++ programs or C programs at the time, and fucking with pedophiles on the German chat. So that was a hobby for me, that was fun.
This is 27-year-old Eric Thornton, screen name Balin79. He drove 4 hours thinking he was going to meet a girl who told him online she was 14. At one point during the chat, he gets on his webcam and masturbates and types, "Did you see it?" The decoy says, "Not really, too dark," and he types back, "Shoot." and then brags about what he had just done.
Yeah.
Now he's in our house.
Hey, come on in.
Fabian Knuddels still exists, but
Some chocolate chip cookies, and I left them on the table.
I don't know who the fuck uses it at this point. I feel like it's the Facebook of chat rooms.
You like them?
Young people definitely don't use it anymore.
I can't wait to see you.
I know.
Online, he said he'd bring alcohol and condoms, so the actress asks him about it.
I'm pretty sure this guy's just drunk right now on this show.
I brought Mandarin.
Hey, did you bring anything?
I don't know. Where am I? What? Yeah, I brought that.
And I don't know. I could get some more if I need to.
Did you bring condoms?
Mm-hmm. Food.
Fucking swallow before you speak at least.
Planned, huh?
Yep.
2 different kinds of vodka. Brought some beer. And what else?
That's it.
That's it. Condoms. So what was your plan here tonight?
My plan? Just to hang out.
To hang out. And you thought it was okay as a 27-year-old to come here and meet a 14-year-old with alcohol and condoms?
No, not at all.
Then why did you do it?
Because I just thought it was like a good idea.
A good idea.
Why though?
Turns out, he says, this isn't the first time he's gone after underage teens.
How often do you meet underage girls online and set up a visit?
Not that much.
Demek, you think he looks 12, Demex? I feel like he looks 40. I feel like he looks too old.
10, 15.
10, 15. Have you met them in person?
Something about the facial structure which is so fucking bony.
In person.
Well, actually, I didn't really meet him.
He keeps changing his story. Finally, he admits he has a problem when it comes to chatting with underage girls online.
I've went to counseling many times.
So based upon the fact that you're here to meet a 14-year-old, that counseling isn't working out too well, is it?
I don't know.
It's possible that the counseling isn't working.
Heinz. I talked about this on the podcast to come out this week, but just to explain my thoughts to you guys, I think there's 3 types of people on the show. 1, the guys who immediately buckle and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Like, I know it's wrong. I'm so sorry. Like, how much trouble am I in? Can I go?" Blah, blah. Number 2 is the guy who denies it all. These are usually the guys who go, "Oh, no, what? But pedophile? No, I came here to warn the girl. I would never touch her. No. I brought duct tape so I can tell her that she should never talk to guys online." That's number 2. And then number 3 is the guys who come into the room, they see Chris Hansen or they see the camera crew, they see the boom guy, and they immediately run out only to be tackled by the cops. So the guys that you're talking about who open up to these guys, I think they fall into category 1. These are just the lowest confidence losers who came here to fuck kids, but as soon as they're called out, they buckle, like fucking wet tissue paper that someone just blew their nose into, and they admit to what they were trying to do, and they're so sorry, and they beg for mercy. That's my theory here.
Because he says he stopped going about 5 months ago.
Did you plan on spending the night?
Yes, I wanted to spend the night, but I didn't want to do anything too graphic until I actually met that person.
Well, what do you think should
just go home and learn from this?
But he's not.
Oh, just go home.
Easy. It's time.
I like that too. Every single time Chris Hansen asks them, "So what do you think your punishment should be?" They're like, "Oh, I guess I should go home and really meditate on this. Like,
just
I should go home and feel bad,
do not get
right?"
into underage people at all. I feel regretful. I feel horrible that I did this.
But that heartfelt speech, those words of wisdom, won't help him this time around.
Please get down the ground! Down the ground!
Like those other men you've seen, headed down, photographed.
I love that, man. Just hang on. I want to see how many of them that was. 4 of them. So 1 is a cameraman. So 3 cops. There's 5. 4.
His car is searched.
This guy's at every single time he's outnumbered like 3, 4, 5 to 1. There he's sitting like a child pissing his pants.
Came to our undercover house were chatting online with decoys for a week or more.
Red pickup's coming back.
But not this potential predator. He's 48-year-old Donald Morrison, screen name Donnie 1957, male. He started the online chat with a girl posing as a 15-year-old.
Donnie 57, fuck me.
Same night. Wasting no time, he types,
That guy's now over 60 years old.
Meeting tonight, hon. Then he makes a plan to come to her house around 11 p.m.
He's walking up.
The guy's in the driveway for those
It's now 11:30, and look who's walking up the driveway.
Bauer Power. It's my favorite part too. When Chris goes, sorry, not when. Like my this guy. My favorite part is when Chris, the pedophiles ask Chris, "Oh, so, am I in trouble?" Like, and Chris is like, "That's not up to me," and they go, well, like. Can I go now? Like, I'm really sorry, sir. Can I go? Can I go? Like, am I in trouble? I feel like I'm gonna be in trouble. And Chris goes, that's not up to me to decide. You're free to go. I can't stop you. It's not up to me to decide. And they get up and they feel like, oh, thank God. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing. I'm okay now. And then they get tackled by the 10 police officers and... Oh, so satisfying.
Try one of my cookies. They're so good.
Hey, senpai.
It's my favorite.
Mine too.
When I make them for Christmas, I make about 10 dozen.
This guy looks like...
Whoa. Why so many?
Look at this fucking... Okay. If I told you guys, hey, I'm holding a competition, all of you fire up Blender, Maya, whatever 3D program you have, and model a stereotypical pedophile for me. I want a 3D render of someone who fucks toddlers. This is what 99% of you guys would send me. This guy. And he's real. This is what God rendered.
We got family in from the up north. We had like 14 of us.
We had like
Holy cow.
40 fucking fires in our back forest. It's like, you know, I don't know, cause like it's like God's angry at me for not fucking a 12-year-old.
Down and visit her.
Just like our other visitor, he admits he has a problem when it comes to underage.
Hey, Techno TYK.
I have a compulsion with for younger women. Just meeting them. I've met about a dozen of them online.
And so this is something you do frequently?
No, I haven't done it in, let's see, I haven't done it since I moved here to Florida.
And where did you live before?
Texas.
And so you did this a lot in Texas? Mm-hmm. Did you ever get in trouble for it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I got in trouble because I met a girl in Michigan.
And how old was that girl?
17.
And what trouble did you get in there?
Well, her grandfather tried to charge me with something they couldn't. So they arrested me for possessing child pornography because I had nude pictures of her on my computer. They ended up
This guy's a fucking open book.
And how did you get the naked pictures of
He's like, yeah, you know, I had a bunch of child pornography and her grandfather just decided to call the cops on me.
on my computer?
These cookies are really good, by the way. Who cooked them? Was it the child?
The decoy online.
She was a decoy.
Looking for sex.
Alright.
Brings up the
Did the decoy cook them?
She might be a cop.
What made you think that this might be a police operation?
Just after seeing all these things on Dateline, you know, like I said, this is the first time I've done it since I've been here.
So you've seen all the Dateline stories.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of those stories?
Hey, Rayoman.
Some of them are pretty.
Did someone send viewers my way?
I mean,
I feel like we just got a bumper in viewers.
Sex with boys and stuff.
And I should thank the person, whoever did this,
you know,
if they did it.
I'm not really into, you know, pedophilia. You know, this is probably considered that. And I know this is probably going to be on Dateline too, so go ahead and put it on.
Thank your tweets.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm Chris.
Nore takes. I feel a bit reluctant to thank Twitter for anything.
Just said and done has all been recorded.
Okay.
And if you have anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Just saying that, you know, I shouldn't have done it. I mean, this is something I normally don't go out and do.
I don't go out and do. You know, I wear my pedophile glasses, the bottle bottom glasses, and I don't, you know, I eat stale cookies and rape children, but I'm not a pedophile usually, sir.
You would have gone ahead and done it.
Probably, yes. I mean, I could say honestly, yes, it probably would have. She would have, you know, said, hey, let's go for it.
And you don't see anything wrong with that?
Yes, I do see things wrong with it, but I like.
Thank you, Branch. your most favorite person better be Jackson.
He actually thanks me.
Thank you for bringing, kicking me in the pants.
Tom Tucker, edibles have never worked for me. I like to smoke it.
Are waiting.
Not that I smoke weed in Germany. It's obviously illegal and it's, bad, and I'd never do anything illegal.
Box of condoms.
But if you guys want to hook me up with a dealer, I'm down.
He's taken in handcuffs to the hospital where he's treated and then brought back to jail. The next day, he appears before a judge.
Donald Morrison.
Hypothetically, exactly. Thank you, leukemia.
Against a child.
Your Honor, may I ask a question?
No, sir.
Okay.
Fabian, like up to, I don't know, 0.0 fucking micrograms, but not really.
Saddened by what you witness next. What this man did stunned everyone who saw.
Okay, this guy's gonna bring the child in the next episode. I know I'm gonna be back, I just have to pee real quick, so stay tuned. I'll leave the video playing. Just gotta pee. Be right back.
Delhi's backing out now.
After conducting 4 internet predator investigations in 4 different states, you'd think we'd be prepared for anything.
He's getting out of the car.
But what happens here in Florida shocks us all.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. No. He brought his son with him. He's got his child with him.
He's a 40-year-old married man, Clifford Wallach, screen name PhotoFix. He's here to meet a boy who told him online he was 14. Dell from Perverted Justice, posing as the boy, talks to PhotoFix on the phone.
He said, I like oral, all aspects. I said, giving or receiving. He said, both. I said, cool. He said, you up for that? I said, sure.
Coming in the back door.
Holding his son's hand, the 40-year-old walks into the house.
What you got?
Because we don't want to scare the little boy, we immediately tell the man what's going on.
I got to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you just straight up right now. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Okay.
We're doing a story on adults meeting children, and since you have your child here, I'm not going to pursue this.
Okay.
But I think you know what you were doing here, don't you?
No, I was just going to take some lunch.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went ahead and left.
Yeah, I agree. I'm never going to do this again.
Since the police know the man has his son with him...
Sir, right there. You come here. You come here. Let go of the child.
A female officer really takes the...
Well, I'm back. And I really like the authority that police officer was wielding right there. You! You come here. Yes, you son of a bitch.
And brought to the transfer station.
Please, I want to stay with my son.
No, that's not an option for now, sir.
Okay, this is a preview. We can skip all this. Let's just fast forward to episode 7.
With Dateline NBC.
Police down! Get her down!
Demex, I think we all know the answer to that sad-ass question.
Girl, you're chasing a cat around. You've got cool.
Not to say you're sad for asking it, just, you know what I mean.
The issue here is not gay or straight. The issue here is adult.
Hey, most critical.
What bothered me the most?
Almost got me.
Showed up with rope and duct tape.
You are every parent's worst nightmare.
Suspected predators caught on tape. And one is caught going way too far. Tonight on To Catch a Predator. They're online and on the prowl. Grown men.
What do you mean this is the last one? Sick the nuts.
Good evening and welcome to Dateline. I'm Stone Phillips.
And I'm Ann Curry. This month, millions of people have been watching our investigation.
I agree, Lil Baptized. In fact,
some of the suspected
I think everyone should rate me once they go offline.
Even knowing
and I hope raid means a good thing.
Is not enough to keep some of them away.
Seems to me you have plenty of episodes, Sick the Nuts. Unless you meant that this is your last one that you can watch.
Again, we want to remind you that some of what you'll see is explicit. Here's Chris Hansen.
You seem like law enforcement. I happen to know law enforcement.
You do. So you're
I happen to know law enforcement. It's anyone in a suit, right? No, you fucking retard.
No, I'm just saying, you come off as law enforcement.
Really?
No, this fucking dumbass just dresses like a goddamn wigger.
Somebody who came over here
with his baseball cap.
14-year-old.
And he thinks that anyone who dresses like an adult must be law enforcement.
Here in Fort Myers, Florida, are keeping us busy.
Is this some kind of setup or something?
While some are surprisingly candid,
they arrested me for possessing child pornography.
Auto moderator, stop that. Really? Sorry, Wayne Jetski.
Others tell us stories we've heard before.
Bye, leukemia. Sleep tight.
And one man does something so brazen, you have to see it to believe it.
You want to explain yourself?
Chris, sorry, PP Music. Chris Hansen now is kind of sad and washed up, a bit of a has-been, but
posing as a young teen made a date to
this was his prime, and this is when I was always proud of him. I looked up to him.
Individuals traveled quite a ways.
Hilton Daniels
Branches des? I'm not sure how to pronounce their name, but I usually stream for anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, depending on, you know, how I feel.
Chief Daniels says
not really schedule yet.
What would have happened if there really had been a child home alone?
Anything could have happened in that house. The person would have cleaned up and drove away, and as law enforcement agencies, we would never have known who that person was.
But fortunately, there are no real
I wish most critical.
house. Instead, there are decoys, members of an
Dell.
watchdog group called
Dell's my girl.
Justice. Dateline hired them as consultants to do what they normally do, set up profiles of 12 to 15-year-olds, and in this case, go into Florida chat rooms and wait to be contacted by a grown-up.
Is ASL still a thing? I assume no one uses ASL anymore, even in the, you know, today's Discord grooming channels, grooming servers.
Over the course of 3 days, men come knocking on our door, and our 13 hidden cameras record their every move. From the
A few of you guys have brought up Onision. What's up with them these days?
Cameras are rolling, but the potential predators have
I know he's a YouTuber, I know who it is, but
He's coming fast.
I also know, generally speaking, that he had a forum where underage girls would post not lewd, but like sexually suggestive poses of themselves. But I don't know what else happened there. I haven't kept up with that lore.
Hey, I just had to change my shirt real quick, but
He groomed
just tell me you want
kids.
some TV. I'll be right there.
Where you at?
I'm just gonna change my shirt real quick.
He has an OnlyFans. He's still a pedophile. Chris Hansen went after Onision.
Chats online. We hired this actress to pretend to be the girl alone in our house. She looks the part of a minor, but she's really 19.
Sit down on the chair and eat some cookies. I just have to change real quick.
The man who
Onision is suing Chris Hansen? Hang on, I have to search that up. Give me a sec, you guys. That sounds kind of funny. Okay. Never mind me searching up Jiraiya. I was just looking up the spelling. Onision Chris Hansen. I know to get all of the info, all I should really do is read the Kiwi Farms thread on Onision, but still. Onision drops Chris Hansen lawsuits. One of YouTube's most controversial personalities.
Again.
The door is open. The window's open. Where's the cat?
She's in the back.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you need a chair, though, if you want to join.
I was just gonna stand for a bit.
No, but how long?
Like 2 minutes.
Why?
I still want to study.
Okay. Well, your call. I was reading about Onision. Do you know about him?
Yeah.
So what's his deal?
What about him?
I don't know. Well, we're watching pedophiles and everyone keeps bringing up Onision.
Oh yeah, because Chris Hansen like went after him or something.
For what?
For being a pedo, I think. He like came to his house and tried to interview him, and I think he sent the lawsuit after him.
Actually a pedo, or where, you know, it's like Keemstar where he calls every fucking
I think that they
person a
alleged like
pedophile
no,
if
it's
they're,
actually
like,
kind
an
of sketchy.
18-year-old.
Him and his like partner had a girl live with them that she was like really like she was like 16 or something when she first came with them, or 15, and then as soon as she turned 18 they fucked her. So they're saying it's like grooming.
Okay, if that's true, they did not wait until she was 18.
Well, so she says, the girl says, and the girl's the one that like accused them. So
Oh,
even
the-
she says that it was like, but apparently they were doing like sketchy stuff before she was 18, like showing her nudes or
You
something.
are of no help. Are you gonna join or no?
In a bit, but not now. I'm still
Okay.
studying.
All right.
But hi guys.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Don't let the cat in.
I won't.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you more. All right. Ooh, Alright, let's get to the bottom of this without female interference, because that clearly didn't help. One of YouTube's most controversial personalities dropped his lawsuit against To Catch a Predator host after the wrong person was served papers. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll read this later, you guys. Sorry, I just want to watch To Catch a Predator right now. I don't feel like reading about YouTube drama.
Screen name Antonio.
I thought she could give me some,
an assembly worker.
you know, too long didn't read about the
Online and asks her if she's ever
YouTube
had
drama,
anal
but
sex. She says no, and then he types,
Nope.
would you ever do it? He also asks her,
how many rounds can you last?
I don't know.
Would you be able to have sex and take a break until you get tired, or could it be an all-night thing?
Alright,
I guess we'll see.
Let me catch
I
up.
just want to make sure you can handle me.
to keep his date, he actually got on a bus and rode across the state of Florida. But instead of finding a minor alone, he meets me.
Why don't you have a seat right over there, please?
Online, he told the girl he'd bring alcohol and spend
Imagine just for fun, okay? Imagine that you're about to get laid with a woman. You're not a pedophile, just a regular woman. You followed her home from the bar to her place. You're about to get laid. Just even without all of the pedophilia attached to it, how, I don't know, stunning it would be where you're expecting to get laid and instead you meet Chris Hansen. Okay, that alone is pretty, you know, you get blue-balled, you're shocked, you're just rooted in place and stunned. But on top of it, you're also a pedophile and just got exposed on national TV. That's what these fucking losers are about to witness and rape, live through.
And look, he's brought beer and an overnight bag.
How was your bus ride?
Good.
How long were you on the bus?
Wow, sir.
How many hours about?
About 4.
And what else did Antonio 69929 bring with him?
Did you bring condoms with you?
It's in my bag. I always bring them with me.
You always bring condoms.
Yes, sir.
You show up with beer, you show up with condoms after a sexually charged online conversation at a home where you believe a 14-year-old girl is alone for the weekend.
Jared Drums, you're not my dad. I can stay up as much as I want.
You ask her if she's cool.
I'll jump on the bed too.
I'm good.
And have ice cream for breakfast. Just to spite you, JR.
And what could he be guilty of in the state of Florida? Using the internet to attempt to solicit a minor for sex. A felony.
Not appropriate, officer.
Why did you do it?
Officer.
What do you think should happen to you, Antonio?
Found she had a death penalty, sir.
Well, he won't be getting
Death penalty. Agreed! Finally! Finally, there is some agreement between us sane persons and these fucking motherfuckers. You should get the death penalty.
Sending the sexually explicit online chat logs between its
Hey, nuke
decoys
proof.
and the potential predators to the Fort Myers Police Department and state prosecutors. They're staked out in the guest house behind our house. In the case of Antonio 69929, there's enough evidence for an arrest.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing
JDG. Come on, man. You guys now have 2 clips of me getting spooked by my girlfriend, which is always unfair because every single time it's her just being a normal human and walking through the door and me being a drunk piece of shit, so I have a delayed reaction. I have this 500 millisecond delayed reaction to someone tapping me in the shoulder and I get freaked out.
And he's taken to jail.
Watch your head when you get in.
The next morning, he appears before a judge, and bail is set.
There is probable cause as to all charges. There'll be a $40,000 bond composite.
His story is only one in a long line of potential predators who come knocking on our door.
7:30's here. Here he's coming in.
And as you'll see, some seem prepared to do things that police find quite disturbing.
Double X, stop.
Me the most was the guy that shipped
I don't want to keep getting spooked. I have a heart too. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get a heart attack.
What was he really planning?
And Jogman, my cat, already spooks me enough. Trust me.
With this 15-year-old girl.
And later, no shirt, no pants, and nowhere to hide from our hidden cameras.
Marvin, you're naked.
To catch a predator.
Come on, Smith. Dell has the best job. Are you kidding, Dillberry?
Down to the triangle.
Dell has the best job. Dell has such a good job that somehow she was able to put this on her resume, and now she has a job at Twitter.
10 men show up at our undercover house in Fort Myers, Florida, where supposedly a young teen is home by herself.
Lightning Melon, that happens fairly often on the show, where two pedophiles coincide to come on this at the same time, unfortunately, so they have to shuffle them both out.
Screen name Bay Jones.
Hey, come on in. The door's open.
Oh, this motherfucker. Oh, this creepy fuck.
She was 15. He lied to her about his age, claiming to be 24. He's really 32.
I saw you this time.
What he had to say online, want to blank my brains out. It's not hard to guess why he's here.
No, you wouldn't have.
I got some wine coolers.
I heard you. I felt it.
Wine coolers are just fine.
I did.
You weren't kidding when you said a big
Okay.
house.
Well, here she is, the cause of my heart attacks.
Yeah. Are you the only child?
Take one of the headphones.
Oh, did you bring protection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The only bad news about that is you're probably not going to need that type of protection tonight.
Oh, this guy's
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a setup.
Oh, I know. It looks like a fucking cow.
How did you know that? Just because of the way she was talking online.
Brian, what's your last name?
I don't have a last name.
You don't have a last name.
And that's about all he's willing to say.
All right, I'll just
really
leave.
No, I'm not
Huh?
finished
I
asking
can't, sorry, I
questions
can't see
yet.
with the mic.
Sir?
Is this good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, hi
Men who
Atho.
show up at our house are willing to talk.
He is on the steps, opening the door.
Like this man, 30-year-old Kenneth Fortin.
Watch, he's coming fast.
Alright.
He's in the kitchen calling.
You guys can hear us fine?
I'm in here.
He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old.
Thanks, Smith.
Describes detailed plans for their sexual rendezvous. He says he likes to start with oral sex. After that, he asks her what position she'd like to try first. And he also asks if he can do more.
Shoke.
Can I tie you up?
Imperium, it's so hot in here that I opened the window all the way, so we don't want the cat in here right now, because I'm scared of her, I don't know, jumping out the window.
Yeah, she's done that before.
Put on my bra and panties. Come on in.
Keep going, he's coming
God.
fast.
So realistic.
Hey, come on in. I'm just 10 years old and I'm just putting on my bra. Haha. By the way, I'm a 37D.
At this point, it's already idiots you're dealing with, so it's
They're
probably not
all
that hard to
fucking
fool
idiots.
them.
He looks like Maddox.
15 or 16?
15. And how old are you?
30.
And
Oh, you don't know.
It's
It's
okay
okay.
for a 30-year-old man to come to a home where a 15-year-old girl is
Sheety,
alone.
no.
Why?
Not on this window, at least.
During their online chat, they talked about condoms. He also said he'd bring marijuana.
Imperium, she's a bit silly, but she's also very adorable.
Did you bring marijuana?
No.
Are you sure?
But is he telling the truth? We'll find out later when police search his car. But now he does admit to bringing one thing.
What would you do tonight? I don't know.
Oh, I love What Would You Do?
Yes, for
Maybe in a bit.
You talk about using the rope in various sex acts with this 15-year-old girl. What would have happened if a 15-year-old girl was here and I wasn't?
Same thing that's happening now, just talking.
Yeah,
Do you
right.
see why it's very difficult for me to believe based on
You
this
didn't bring
chat?
the rope for Chris
Yes, I
Hansen.
do. That's the truth, though.
But why should I believe that?
Because I have a 6-year-old daughter that I'm trying to.
Oh,
You have a 6-year-old daughter. How would you feel?
Yeah, that's not convincing, you fucking cocksucker. All that makes me think is
So why then is it okay?
he fucks his 6-year-old daughter, too.
I really hope not.
He does. He has.
No.
They all have. They all do.
We've had this conversation. I don't know if pedophile is synonymous with incest. I don't know if all pedophiles are incestuous.
They are.
I really want to not believe that.
They'll fuck whatever. They'll fuck whatever child they can get their hands on.
Ew.
Screen name Daytona 02, a small business owner. He's been chatting online with a girl posing as a 14-year-old named Layton.
Nuke proof. Hey, tie up Daddy
Let
Hansen.
her drive his car.
That's
He
I
says,
thought I was
whatever
daddy.
you want, sweetie.
Nuke proof, what the fuck?
He types, you hot, mommy? Let's make love.
Angel Frame says Sarah's too innocent, protect her. Yeah,
Just
a
before
little.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Just sit down and watch TV for a little bit. I'll be right out.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm just changing my shirt.
The Maps IRL podcast says that they're incestuous too, or that they're not.
I made you some.
In Maps IRL podcast, they say that one of them has children.
And do they? Are they attracted to them? Do they say?
Would you do me a favor and come on in? Will you bring your stuff in?
I didn't listen that much, but come on.
I don't want to know.
What have we got?
You're a pedophile, and you're not gonna abuse the one connection to the easiest accessible children you have at your disposal.
You did.
Sure.
Put those on the table.
What if it interacts? Maybe it.
So you
But
brought
maybe I don't know.
alcohol,
Maybe the anti-incest gene overrides the pedophile gene in those cases.
I think the pedophile gene overrides literally everything.
Oy.
I know if something would happen like this, I will get in trouble because I'm married.
Menos habla español. Menos habla inglés, señor. Menos habla inglés,
He's
señor.
fully speaking English. You idiot.
Sí, yes, mino.
Now, what do you think she would
Hecho en la lecho.
coming here to have sex with a
¿Dónde está la mina?
Is this actually Spanish?
Minora? No.
I thought you were actually, because you learned a little bit.
Her dad has
No.
10 brothers? 10 brothers. So I'll be looking for you.
Oh no, señor.
What did he say? His brother?
La cartel looking for me, señor. Please.
Did he say his brother had...
Por favor, señor, no.
His mom had like...
What did you see
or his his wife had like 10 brothers that are gonna kill him.
I don't know.
Well, in the news actually, because the people get like arrested because of chatting like with underage girls.
Right. So you saw it on
Okay, well,
Dateline NBC?
apparently everyone in our chat speaks Spanish, so everyone's calling me out.
He still doesn't appear to know he's landed
Hola,
in a
Pixler.
Dateline investigation, but he'll find out a little later.
Hey, Turbo Science.
Ew.
Everybody.
This is him. It's Lee Greer. It's Lee Greer.
It's Lee Greer, 74, our
Oh my God.
Now, here comes another married man. He's 31-year-old Lee Greer, screen name Lee Greer 74. He's away
PP
from
Music
home
makes a good
business, and
point.
He's been chatting online with a 13-year-old.
Incest wouldn't
That's
stop
what the
them.
decoy told him.
If someone's evil enough to fuck kids, you know, the fact that they're related to them isn't gonna be a factor at
Yeah.
that point.
He's on the back door, his porch, opening the
Ugh,
door.
sadly.
Bringing lunch and booze.
Look, all I know to say in proper Spanish right now is ¿Dónde está mi dinero?
What's that mean?
¿Dónde está mi dinero?
What does it mean?
¿Dónde está mi dinero? Huh?
Stop! What does it mean?
Where's my money?
Oh.
It's all the cartel ever
You just
says.
abused me on camera.
It's a cartel.
Well, you were just abusing me on camera.
Maybe I'm part of the cartel.
Awesome. I made chocolate chip cookies too, but I actually just
Capron.
on my shirt, so I'm just gonna change my shirt real quick.
What's that?
It's like bastard, I think.
Puta.
Puta. Puta madre.
Mhm.
Yeah, fuck her mother.
I know in Italian it's mavafangulo.
Cookies for you. What's going on?
The only thing you know how to say in Spanish is tequila, guy. Agree.
Came to visit a friend off the net, I thought.
At first, he tells me the friend he came to see was 18 or older.
Kaya
Then he
friend.
changes his story.
So why don't you start over again and tell me how old did she say she was in the conversation?
Ew.
13.
Too old.
Too old. I am too old for a 13-year-old. I admit.
And
I
you thought
admit
it
it.
was okay for a 31-year-old
I feel like your Spanish, your
whereas
southern accent's getting a little better.
because why?
Thank you.
Actually, no, I don't know.
Then why?
Maybe not.
Stupidity.
Stupidity.
Honestly.
Stupidity. Yeah.
You mean pedophilia and perversion and disgustingness.
Pure stupidity.
Yeah,
Not
stupidity.
stupidity.
That picture.
Yes, right. And I told her they were dirty pictures and she wanted to see them, so I showed them.
So because a 13-year-old girl.
My puta was on point. Thanks.
There's always a fucking excuse they have too, is like
How's this gonna
Chris Hansen going, so why did you send her a photo of your cock and asshole and, you know, photos of porn and duct tape and rape? And it was like, well, the 10-year-old asked me for it.
Yeah.
Really, sir?
What do you think should happen to you, Liam?
She was curious.
Honestly, I'd like to be able to just go back to work. And
Just
forget-
go back to work. Just walk.
Go back to work and forget about it. Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying what I've done.
Eres un pinche puto.
I'm admitting to
So I don't know what Jonathan just said,
Kaya
but I think
eres
it means
un
like
pinche
you're a whore.
I
Like you're a small whore?
What to tell?
Pinche, because small.
Yeah, I don't know. You're like a
You're a
handful
little
of
whore. A
I'm
little
not
whore.
sure.
Maybe a little whore.
Everything that you've done since you pulled up here has been
He
recorded.
called you a fucking whore.
Oh.
Oh,
Neither
okay.
will the next potential predators you're about to meet.
Where are you?
Let's do what would you do?
Father of 2 teenage children.
Je t'aime, Lander 11.
Maybe after this?
As another
We'll
teen.
Okay.
After this episode is over?
What was your plan here with this 14-year-old boy?
I mean, we talked about sex and stuff like that. And then
Okay. Thank you, Demex.
When To Catch a Predator continues.
Porque estamos aquí solo para sufrir.
During our undercover investigation,
Smith, I have no idea what that means.
Florida, there was a steady stream of potential predators arriving to keep their dates.
Vamos a la Why is there so many Spanish-speaking people in our chat?
Now we're back.
10 men the
Kai's trying to learn Spanish. Or you were.
No,
temporarily.
I want to again, though.
Je parle un peu de français.
I think it's a very fun language.
Mais seulement un peu. Does anyone speak French?
Oh mon Dieu! Oh, ho 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 ho! Oh mon Dieu! Merci beaucoup! Ho 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 ho! See, I speak French too. Yeah, merci beaucoup! Ho!
The decoy says, "You won't tell anyone I'm gay."
Je vais pas s'il vous plaît! Ho 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 ho!
Teen replies,
That's not a thing.
"Don't tell anybody you blanked my blank."
Je me pas s'il vous plaît.
What?
Playing the male decoy.
Yeah.
Say it again slowly. You're
No.
saying je me passe s'il vous plaît? Something,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you're saying?
I don't know.
Yeah. that's not a thing.
Make yourself at home here. Have a seat.
Je m'appelle. Oui, je m'appelle. My
I
name
don't know.
is.
Je m'appelle s'il vous plaît.
My name is please.
Come here for sex with a young teen.
Yeah, speak German.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Speak German. Your language is literally the most easy to make fun of.
What? How? What German? What do you want me to say?
Just say anything.
Is there any Germans in the chat?
And one, counting to 9.
Omelette du fromage. Je m'appelle croissant.
What were you going to do?
Just hang out.
But his chat log doesn't make it sound like he was just.
Oh my god, now half our chat is fucking Spanish nonsense. Sorry.
French and
French
Spanish.
nonsense.
You say you're masturbating while you're talking to him. You talk about hooking up.
Oh, someone said something.
Kaya, tú eres muy masculino y muy macho.
Someone said something in German. Is that German?
No, forget about that.
Do you recall?
What?
Jonathan just said, fuck.
I mean, the issue here is not.
Oh, the chat is scrolling way too fast. Hang on. Kaya, you are very masculine and very macho.
That you're saying to me that you were going to have.
How do you say lie?
That's not
How do you say liar?
What word?
Liar.
How do you spell that?
L-I-A-R.
What language is that?
English.
10 minutes. Then amazingly, when I start to tell him who I am.
Well, I gotta tell you.
Mentiroso?
And you know.
Say something in German.
Mentiroso. No one gave me a German sentence.
Here later, the possibility of walking into a
Here,
dateline
look.
investigation wasn't enough to stop him.
Du bist sein Herz
That's not a grammatically correct sentence.
He's in the kitchen coming towards the living room.
His name is Dallas Lee. He's been chatting online.
I took Chinese for 3 years, then the pandemic hit. Oh,
Damn.
Ezra, that sucks, buddy.
Less than 7 minutes to ask the boy if he
probably
wants oral sex. The
9.
says, okay,
Lil Baptized says this girl's distracting him.
walking into our living room.
Bro, this girl's distracted.
Is she holding me back, you guys?
Am I distracting?
Holding me back, yeah. As a prime streamer,
Oh my god, shut the fuck
as
up.
a trilingual awesome streamer.
Oh yeah, we're not even watching the show.
He invited
Okay.
me over.
Who is he?
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
And how old is Tony?
14.
What was your plan here with this 14-year-old boy?
I mean, we talked about sex and stuff like that, and then
You sure did.
Oh, you know, just
I got 2 kids of my
14-year-old kind of wanted to suck his dick, and we talked about that, but like nothing serious.
and my daughter's 15.
So your daughter is 1 year older than the boy you were coming to visit tonight. Now, how would you feel if your daughter, at the age of 15, was home alone and a man came to visit her?
Honestly, terrible.
Yeah.
You know,
And so why is it okay for you?
it's not.
Disfruta esta comida.
Honestly,
Smith, I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell that means in any language.
I was not even set the sex aside.
He says he knows it looks bad, but he really wanted to be a father figure to the boy who told him he didn't have a dad. But if that's so, why did he tell the boy he was 20 years old when he's really 40?
My favorite French sentence is
Father figure to this kid, as you have suggested to
Je ne comprends pas.
Why would you
It's literally all I can think of
Je
right
ne
now.
pas ho ho ho.
No.
Nonsense. Nonsense.
Exactly.
Thinking Nora takes.
Exactly.
Thanks, Nora.
No
T.
retakes.
No retakes.
I'm
Nora
stupid.
takes.
I
We're
understand.
thinking
I'm
of
so
Japanese.
used to Naruto, yeah.
He also understands something else.
as you sit here
Aw,
today,
thank you.
based on this chat, based upon
Bama
arrival here,
Go Thunder. I don't have my glasses.
I understand what you're saying. You're right. I guarantee it's never.
Okay, how about we all stick to English?
He's coming in.
Down.
Okay.
There's still another man who comes to the house claiming
Ew.
he's really here to help.
Bottom step.
Oh, I love these ones who claim that they're here to like teach a lesson.
Nerdosaurus actually made a
He's 61
proper German sentence right there.
age 3120. He's been chatting online with a
KayaOrsan großer haariger Mann.
He graphically describes how he likes to give oral sex to young men. The decoy
Oh my
asks, is that like your favorite to do? And J1H3120 says,
Is with a Z.
from what most say, it's the best they've had.
No.
Oh my god.
Right here, I just got a change. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to confuse
He's really confident too. Holy shit, look how
Ew,
confident he is.
creepy.
He's like fucking charging into the house like, yeah, I'm the best at blowjobs. Bump, 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 bump.
Where were you headed there?
Huh?
Where were you headed? Just
talk with it.
Just talk with who?
Tony?
Online, he lists his age as being in his 40s. At first, he
Yeah,
tells
right.
me he's only
Ha!
39.
Tom.
Later, we learn the truth.
Sowas ist absolut nicht real.
Not in your 40s, like no.
The man starts to have a bit of an asthma attack.
Just relax.
He uses his inhaler and says he's fine. Then he tells me he had a tough time growing up gay and wanted to help the young boy he expected to be here.
To help him see that it's not really the shameful situation that it was when I was younger.
Huh?
If I could, yeah.
It's his excuse.
I don't mind helping.
And did that mentoring
He's gay. The decoy is 12 and the boy. And he's like, oh, I just came around to tell him
I
that,
know, I'm just laughing. I'm scoffing at
okay,
it.
sorry. I thought you were behind.
No.
process include?
I get the process.
But that's not how the conversation went on the internet, is it?
I don't think so.
He literally said he's the boss of blowjobs.
I love man.
Like Newfriv said.
I love that. Hang on.
Deep and
You said you're the boss of bleep bleep and motherfucking deep bleep bleep and sloppy deep bleep 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 and mouth bleep and anal bleep bleep.
and from what most say, it's the best they've had. The real compliment is when they keep coming back for more.
Oh my god, you.
Absolutely love it. I'm in my 40s, but
He's talking about little kids.
wanting to perv a young boy. Well, the reality is that you are older.
You are that exact
What's going on
thing.
here seems pretty pervy, doesn't it?
It does.
A total of 24 men show up at the house,
Holy shit.
arrested, and thrown in jail. But first, they'll find out they're going to be on national television.
He is Captain
As report says,
Cocksucker.
thanks for making my day go by faster.
Well, thanks for telling us, man. I actually like that.
And arrest after arrest.
Please, this is a mistake.
What made me want to have my girlfriend on the streams? I don't know.
I think he just gave up.
I think I think I did just give up. Those people don't know your real name.
Even if they did, it's not like I have anything, like, I don't know. I don't want to say that, actually. That's like asking for it.
I also don't know.
Knocking on the door. Welcome back to our latest investigation into computer sex predators. Tonight we returned to
dox myself right now.
We rented a home and equipped it with 13 hidden
Maybe it's a
cameras.
fake name.
Over the course of 3 days,
Maybe I'm
2
deep
dozen
faking a
men arrived at
girlfriend.
the undercover
Maybe
house.
there's no girlfriend.
All the men we met had an excuse.
I'm an
and
AI.
some explaining to do. Here again, Chris Hansen.
Kai's at the forefront of AI technology.
Through our door
And he made me.
range in age from 20 to 61 and come from very different backgrounds.
Aw, thanks, Alex.
Say almost the same thing when I confront them.
Connor.
Time you've ever done something like this?
Well, yeah.
This is my first time. This is my first one.
She's the first person I ever.
It's Sarah with an H.
I've never done this. Like,
You know, I hear that from virtually
That there was S-A-I-U-R-A-U-I.
who's walked into this house.
have I met anyone
What?
G-H. I'm
Sarah.
trying to throw them off. Yeah.
Never.
Sarah Lee.
Something else I hear over and over.
Did you bring condoms today?
I always carry them on me.
Did you bring condoms with you?
I always keep condoms with me.
Definitely not an actor in Cuties. Don't even bring that movie up. I'm still pissed about it.
What the
So
fuck?
fucked up.
There's some in the car.
Just happened to be some in the
Yeah, say whatever you want. She's not 10 years old.
Anywhere I go, the person would have to be an idiot not to, because of diseases.
While most are willing to talk when they don't know they're being recorded on hidden camera,
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story about adults meeting teens on the internet.
just like
I love that reaction when they're like, "Oh, I wasn't. No, what? I'm not fucking 10-year-olds. No, no."
I'm not going to be on TV.
But they don't leave. They keep talking like, "No, I didn't want to fuck 10-year-olds. No, like, oh, are you still filming? Oh my god, like, I like the attention, but not the cameras."
kill him if she knew what he was up to.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
I just made a mistake, and I won't do it again. For sure.
And then there were the men who had already seen some of our Dateline computer predator investigations.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I know.
You know. Have you seen the previous stories? You have. And what was your impression of the earlier story?
You ever wanna go on the piss pod?
No. Did somebody ask that?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, guys, my girlfriend is still salty about the piss pod because, you know, she doesn't like that we're so successful.
I don't know why you say that. If you could make money, Kaya, off of peeing, literally all the power to you.
No,
Keep
you were
doing it
butthurt.
and do it
You're
20
like, oh
times a
my
day."
god, that's such a dumb boy thing. Of course, oh my god. It's so dumb. Ugh.
Yes.
And lo and behold, let me check how much money we've made today.
And just as he suspected, the police are waiting to arrest him.
Get down.
It just is sexist that you can do it and it's like haha funny, but if I did it,
You'd make millions of dollars on OnlyFans. Yeah, it is kind of sexist against
no,
me.
it would be
yes.
sexualized.
I've seen that.
You've seen the computer.
Why couldn't it just be haha funny?
I've to date made 88 bucks and
Today?
45 cents.
In one day?
To date.
Oh, I thought you meant in one day.
In like a year. No, not in one day. If you did this shit in 1 hour, you'll make 88 bucks.
Yeah, but it's a completely different thing if I do it.
Police work quickly.
Yeah, you get rich. That's how it's different.
Taking the suspects down to the ground.
Okay, so then I'll go do it.
In Florida, it's relatively easy to get a permit to carry
You'd support that?
weapon. So these officers aren't taking any chances.
I'm not gonna stop you, but I also will not be with you.
24 people and no one was injured. All the officers are safe.
Let me see your hand. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you know, Ray Oman is right. I am sexualized.
Do people watch it for like sexual reasons? Probably, actually. Maybe I'm underestimating.
I don't know. I did it for fun, but what if people are sexualizing it? What if all those 88 bucks are because people just sexualize me?
So you're
A victim of sexualization.
A whore.
A victim of the
I'm joking.
patriarchy.
I don't think that people
A
that do that are
victim of the
whores.
patriarchy. Sorry. A victim of the matriarchy.
It's definitely not women.
Victim of the matriarchy.
It's definitely not women.
Yeah, just like it's not men.
It's always
men subscribing to people's OnlyFans.
It is.
Not men.
And remember that
Well, it's men.
Males, not men.
Oh my gosh.
15 if you could
Wow.
tie her up.
Deep.
What the police find in his car.
So there's rope. There's rope. There's duct tape and extension cords.
He did admit to me that he had rope in his car, but he denied bringing anything else.
Speaking of, I do have to do a
No.
bathroom break.
Are you gonna film it or record it?
No, not today.
Are you sure?
Do you want me to pause it?
Turns out he wasn't telling me the truth.
You think getting narcotics on yourself?
The police find the marijuana
Okay.
What do you got going?
Nice boxers.
and a box of condoms.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
All of the
Hi, guys.
24 men who were arrested outside our house were charged with felonies, attempted lewd and lascivious behavior with a minor, and attempting to solicit a child over the internet. They all went
Yeah, Matt Mellon, we're not really watching.
bail was set.
Okay, I'll watch right now.
Probable cause on all the charges. There's a $50,000.
It's just them getting arrested, though.
Say they are innocent, but they will have to wait to be arraigned before they can plead not guilty, including the next man you're about to meet. Online, he's very clear about what he wants to do with the underage girl. And what he
Tom,
does when he shows up
F you.
will be hard for you to believe.
You want to explain yourself?
Angel frame.
Right there, please.
Thank
Wrap
you.
it around yourself. And please sit in that stool.
But I do love Kaya.
It was also hard for officers to believe.
Opinion on corn. Corn syrup isn't too many things, but I do like corn on the cob.
Girl, you're
a lot.
chasing a cat around. You've got Cool Whip.
To catch a predator.
Do I believe in a life after death? I believe that our energy, as in terms of we get digested or consumed by the soil we're in and eaten by other worms and stuff. So technically we're put back into life, but maybe just not our consciousness, personal consciousness.
Justice Decoy is playing the part of a
I want to be fed to falcons when I die, honestly, on a cliff. Not alive, dead.
85. They met in an online chat room. Cindy tells him she's
I want it to be ground up into a pill that people can buy for $1 million.
That's cool.
Asks her if she'll try
It's capitalism.
and adds it's better than regular
Maybe
sex.
it's a statement. That's kind of
Then he asks
artistic.
her if she has a jacuzzi.
Wait. You in there?
Crazy Trini 85.
Gonna rewind real quick.
They met in an online chat room. Cindy tells him she's a virgin, and he sends her a picture of his genitals. Crazy Trini 85 asks her if she'll try anal sex and adds it's better than regular sex. Then he asks her if she has a jacuzzi.
I'm a you in there. And on your mom.
Imagine asking a fucking 10-year-old,
That too.
or rather, just telling her that, anal is better.
Wherever you go, you'll remember me.
Ew.
Next, he asks her if she has.
These
any
people
pets.
must have, like, these
Cindy
guys have
says
such a
she
low
has a
self-confidence, too. Like, on top, well, obviously, they deep down know they're pedos.
Asks next.
You know what would be a huge turn on for me?
What?
He wants to watch her perform a sex act on a cat.
I'm Bauer Power. I'm from Canada,
fucker.
from Toronto, Canada.
Did you get that?
No.
He wants her to fuck a cat.
Ew.
They discuss it further on the phone.
Damn it! Rewind again.
What?
He wants to watch her perform a sex act on a cat. He says people do it all the
Die.
time. They discuss it further on
Literally
the phone.
die.
He tells her they'll need Cool Whip. The decoy says she'll try it if he's willing to strip off all his clothes and walk into her house naked.
That's him right there. He's pulling in the driveway.
As we told you before, according to law enforcement, asking a suspect to bring or do something specific demonstrates intent.
There's like a green thing over the back door.
The decoy.
I feel like these pedos are not the same type of pedos as Epstein pedos.
Oh, my cat quick, okay?
No,
These are like the pedos that don't have like super intelligence or sociopathy.
He's coming around.
Yeah, none of these guys are Democratic candidates for the presidency.
Because that was the deal,
Yeah.
right?
This is a man who apparently.
Well, who are you
sticks
talking
to a
about?
Deal. He walks in the
Trump?
back door.
Grab her by the
Clinton.
All
pussy.
his clothes in the laundry room.
Clinton,
Goes in search of the
Oh,
decoy.
yeah.
Right.
Biden.
Make a tier list of pedos. Yeah, how the fuck? They're all bad. Epstein, I swear, would be the worst. He's an S class, yeah, honestly.
Grab that towel right there, please. Wrap it around yourself. And please sit in that stool. What are you doing?
How did he get naked so fast?
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, they told him to take his clothes
They
off
did?
before they come into the door.
You know,
Just like extra humiliation.
now, what do you think would have happened, Marvin, had I not been here and had there actually been a 14-year-old girl in that next room? What would have happened after you walked in there naked?
Something probably would have happened.
Something like what?
Something along sexual lines.
Like you would have had sex with a 14-year-old
Smart.
girl?
Admit it.
I'm not sure if I would have done that, but
Marvin, you're naked.
yeah, I wouldn't have gone all the way. I wasn't going.
Literally caught with his pants down.
Clothes off just about.
Eh.
Then I ask him about the plans he talked about online for the cat.
You know what would be a huge
No, my
turn on for me? What? Watching you blank him, meaning the cat. She says, I don't think I want to blank the cat. Would you for me? You're going to make this 14-year-old girl perform a sex act on a cat.
Oh my god. How did you not just commit suicide after this? I guess that is why that's why the show got canceled.
Shamelessness.
Messing around with it. I wasn't.
You're just
really
messing
serious.
around.
I really wasn't.
Gave her instructions about using Cool Whip. Very specific.
Oh my god. Ew.
I mean, I can only imagine what would have been going on in this house had I not been here.
This guy's dying internally. And it's so satisfying.
Happening if I'm not here. You're naked, There's a 14-year-old girl. You're chasing a cat around. You've got a Cool Whip. And you want this girl to do some sex act with the cat, and then you'll have sex with her. Is that accurate? Yes.
Literally don't exist.
Crazy Trini 85 asks for some water.
Some water?
What is he doing for our society at all?
Got you pretty dried out then, huh?
Fucking kids and cats. Kids and kitties.
Have you ever met any young girls online? First time?
Yeah, this is the first time, which will never happen again. I can tell you that.
The nearly naked man starts laughing.
So it's funny.
No, I'm just thinking it to myself that this would never happen again. This is not something, no. It's not right.
So you're promising me right now that you'll never...
I'm promising myself that I'm not...
Hook up with a 14-year-old girl online, tell her to have sex with a cat, and walk into her house naked.
Not even under 19.
A guy named Smith? I have no idea.
No. I'm promising that to myself.
I beat myself up for not saying thank you by accident to somebody, like in the public service, or not being nice enough. I can't imagine like how they don't.
Promise on national television.
Well,
I agree with Ezra.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try
the
Got
classic drop 'em.
teens online.
Yes, sir.
Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say about this predicament you're now in, we'd love to hear it.
Just trust me, it'll never happen.
Yeah, nuke proof, honestly.
And if there's nothing else you have to say, then you're free to walk out that door.
Yeah.
Ah, you're free to walk out the door and get tased.
Keep the towel.
But he has to wear the towel.
I'll just leave it in the laundry room.
What do you want to just be naked?
Oh, they let him get dressed, damn.
Back on, he walks outside and is arrested by that camouflaged officer.
Why did they make
Ghillie suit. That's that episode.
Why is he a swamp monster?
Transfer station and searched.
Why did they do that? Like, literally, there was like 7 cops walking straight in front of it.
Yeah, but you need one guy in stealth for the tactical advantage.
He's photographed and then taken to jail.
This is the person apparently walked into the room naked.
The next day, he's brought before a judge and bail is set.
That does come out to $50,000, and that's all for today.
Thank you, Judge.
Should be 50 million, but fair.
So what's next for these men? Find out
Alright,
when we come back.
teaser for the next episode. Are you sleepy?
No. Are you?
Yeah.
I slept like a lot.
I didn't.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
tired. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to watch one? What would you do? No.
I don't know. I'm tired.
Okay.
How about next time?
Yeah.
All
well,
right.
let's start with what would you do next time then?
Okay.
I like it.
If you'll join me. Alright, guys. See, people want you to stream.
I'll make a stream one day.
Okay.
Moist. Oh, that was most critical. I thought it was Charlie.
No.
Okay.
But he probably agrees. Okay, guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
And maybe I can convince her to make her own stream.
Maybe.
You all have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Smith. Bye, Nuke.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. Aw, peace, Saturn. Thank you.